For real? Oh no. Let's go.
Boston College.
In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA! USA!
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey! What? Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
UP!
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. on this NFL Week 11 kickoff Thursday, November 13th, 2025. This program begins now.
Football
It's happening tonight. Week 11 of the NFL season will kick off. An AFC East battle will be happening in Foxborough, Massachusetts at 39 degrees. 3% chance of rain, but somehow the Patriots will control that weather in their favor as they are 12.5-point favorites hosting this New York Jets team who might have found something in the last couple weeks. They've got some big wins in the AFC North against Cincinnati and Cleveland. Now they have the New England Patriots who have the odds-on favorite for the MVP at quarterback, a second-year sensation out of North Carolina who's leading a Patriot squad who has a new Supreme Commander in Mike Vrabel, who is really taking on the image of this man. They are young, they are hungry, they are electrifying, and they might win the Super Bowl. And on that note, the New England Patriots fans are saying, well, guess who's back? Back again. It is them. Tell a friend. Tonight should be electrifying for Drake May in prime time in New England for the first time as the odds-on favorite to be the MVP. I think what you're going to see from Patriots fans tonight is going to be a show. I think it is going to be a very difficult place to play. I think this New York Jets team, obviously finding their way with Aaron Glenn as the head coach. We've seen them have some success. I think they're walking into a buzzsaw. And I'm not the only one. Obviously, you saw the percentage of bets that are being placed on the Patriots, minus 12.5. Almost 60% of the people are seeing it the same way, even though 12.5 points is a lot of points for a division matchup. I think tonight's one of those buzzsaws. I've been there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've actually been on the sideline of one of these. And boy, when it gets going up there, those massholes have weapons as lips, and they are good, and they have reason to be as such. Here's the tail of the tape for the offense and defensive rankings. Pass offense, worst ever. Right there, this one.
bar none.
Yeah.
Worst ever. Might of all time.
Yep.
I mean, we haven't started doing those stats, but I know that without one catch last week, which is hard to say, but it was a check. We saw it. It was just a little throw screen over here. Not even a screen, really, because you didn't have to get over anybody. It was just like, it wasn't even to the flat. I mean, it was just a 6-yard.
Stanton handoff.
There it is right here. Aside from this, there was like 12 yards of passing for the New York Jets. Ooh. And then obviously you go all the way back to like the early part of the season, right before halftime. They potentially could go drive, and Aaron Glenn, new head coach, is getting everything questioned. He's like, yeah, right. We've thrown for 6 yards this half. You think we're going to open this thing up and try to go into half at a deficit? So they certainly have a passing deficit for the New York Jets offense as a whole, but they have a good run game. Okay, they have a good run game. They're able to get going. Defense started showing some signs of life. They have the 4th over rush offense, 28th total offense, 8th pass defense, 25th rush defense, and the 19th total defense. And then you look at this Patriots team. That's Stephon Diggs you see right there over Drake May's shoulder. He's bought in completely. Yeah. All in. Don't need a ball every play. Everywhere we've seen him at the end, we always wonder if he wasn't getting the ball enough. Is that why he's pissed? Is that why he's moving on? At the Patriots with Mike Vrabel, he's just bought in. He's on a hands team. He's on Hans' team. He's jumping up, exposing himself like this at the very end of a game, knowing that he's going to get absolutely rocked there for this Patriots team. So when you talk about buy-in, you're talking about what happens on that play and what we've seen all season with this Patriots team. It's going to be a special night, I do believe, as they New England folk are going to get a chance to celebrate maybe the next dynasty up there. The Talks the Tables here at Ty Schmidt and at Boston Connor. Everything I just said there, I've been living alongside you, experiencing it as a Patriots fan. Had a couple rough years.
Oh, yeah.
Had a couple rough
Brutal.
years. Yeah, well, it was pretty brutal there. You know, at the end, you guys had a defensive coordinator as your offensive coordinator, and you had a special teams coach as a quarterback coach, and then obviously there was an ugly breakup, and then there was a hiring of an ex-player. This guy's the guy. Doesn't go good at all. Fire him. New coach comes in. Are you wasting a young quarterback? And then now here we are. You have the MVP favorite at quarterback.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels, the offense coordinator, who's obviously had all the success in the NFL at offense coordinator, doesn't want to be a head coach anymore. I've done that a couple times. I don't like that life. My family really enjoy living up here, and we have this guy as our quarterback. You got Mike Vrabel, who can call home there forever. Okay, you got Drake who could play. He's 23 or something like that.
Yeah.
Play literally for another 20 years. Like he can actually play for another 20 years of football. You guys are just living the high life, and tonight is maybe a primetime celebration that we're back. Is that kind of a good way to view tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, I've been saying this for a little bit, but hearing you say it does mean more. Hearing you say that Drake May is an MVP frontrunner and that is a real thing right now in the world is just absurd. Tonight is going to be one of those nights where, we're back. Okay, right now, if we win tonight, we will move into the 1 seed. Now, that might only last till Sunday, but the Colts are on a bye week, so if the Broncos were to lose, then yes, we will be the 1 seed the entire week next week. I don't know if you guys want to see that. I don't know if I want to see that, honestly. I might get a little bit too big for my boat, if you will. But one of the things, too, for tonight. Need a bigger boat, exactly. Yeah. One of the things tonight, debut in New Jersey.
They're so sick.
The Nor'easters, it's this color, storm blue. It's storm blue. So you're talking about
so nice.
controlling the weather.
Look at the video for it. Look, this is what we're doing tonight.
That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. It's hard hats. It's Gloucester. It's everything that's right in Massachusetts. Gloucester, one of the most
Can you get to it? There it is.
Iconic towns. Boom, there it is. And you mentioned Stephon Diggs. Darius Butler came in here and he said on Monday, holy shit, Stephon Diggs is just as good as he was 3 years ago. The fact that there was a conversation about him not being the same guy this offseason was crazy. But no, it is one of those things. Hey, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx anything. I don't believe in that. And also, I think it's more so of a take your pick night. Mike Vrabel will pull his pants down. It's going to be a take your pick, piss or poop. Which one do you want, Jets? You want to piss on you? You want to poop on you?
You think you guys are going to kill the Jets?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a blowout. I love the under pick, rather. I heard Gumpy say under. Love that. The over-under is 43.5. I'm looking at 42-0. I don't see any other reason to believe anything else. The only thing the Jets can do is run the football. The best part of our dominant team, really, not just defense, not just offense, the best part of our team is our run defense, without a doubt. The number one in the league, that's cool. But just when you watch it, they are suffocating.
Yeah, you see the stat. It says number one. That's cool. It signifies they're better than everybody else. But when you actually watch it, you see it is problematic. I mean, you are not moving at all. Vrabel defense feels like he's just a hard-nosed, tough defense. Doesn't get talked about a lot.
No.
Drake obviously talked about it a lot. Vrabel talked about it a lot. I mean, you go through everything that we just rattled off. Defense not really getting chatted about. Lockdown island corner. Okay, problematic, Christian Gonzalez. In the number one rush defense, is this just what's to be expected because Vrabel's here, or what is your thoughts on that?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking when you talk about teams, like let's go to the Lions. The Lions built their team in the trenches. That is kind of very similar to what I think Vrabel will do, except instead of, the Aiden Hutchinson outside pass rusher, I think it is more of a focal point in the middle. Milton Williams, we gave him the highest contract in the history of the New England Patriots. It was incredible. Chris Tonga will be a guy to watch tonight, D-line. He's also playing fullback. And again, need to just say this too. Bob Spillane is my favorite player to watch on Sundays. Watch Bob Spillane and what he does on the football field. But yeah, going to the Coach of the Year odds, it speaks for themselves. Look at the top of that list. It is surreal that this is a reality that we are living in, that we get to talk about the Patriots like this. But Vrabel leading the way, Coach Steichen just as deserving, Coach McDonald just as deserving.
Unbelievable work up there.
All three of those guys could be plus 100.
And Ben, I guess either.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you go with what
because they were shite.
And President Trump brought it up. You got some really good leaders with really good strategy as head coaches of NFL teams. I'm not joking. I'd take a couple of those guys, get some more strategy, listen from them. We got some really good coaches right now.
It's awesome.
That's why, a couple openings right now already. Some odds are coming out on these coaching jobs.
Interesting.
Right now. New York Giants, odds-on favorite to become the next head coach there? Oh. Big Mike McCarthy.
Really?
Whoa. Coach Mike, with a jersey swap here, that's what he would obviously look like in the New York Football Giants. Blue up there. A lot of young talent. And I will say this about the New York Football Giants. They're an entertaining team.
They are. Yeah.
They are an entertaining team. They got talent, and they got moxie. Jameis Winston had his first press conference as the starting quarterback of the New York Giants. And yes, it did exactly what we hoped it would do. It lit up everybody's lives.
What do you want fans to know about you?
I want fans to know that I'm going to do my best. Obviously I'm going to have fun, but I'm going to execute, have a surgical execution, and just play ball, man. Like, this is something I've been doing since I've been 4 years old, and I just get to do it in the greatest city in the world. I'm going to be saying it with my son. It's the greatest city in the world. Yeah, that's a Hamilton reference if y'all don't know.
Nobody in that Nobody in that room. 10-year reunion coming up. Nobody ever saw Hamilton in that room. I'm cultured. Saw it a couple different times, and his name is Alexander Hamilton. What a fucking show!
Good pipes there.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I've only seen parts on Disney Plus.
Okay, so I listened to this the
Soundtrack.
What's his name? Very talented guy.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Love his work in Moana. Okay, absolutely love his work in Moana. We've been watching a lot of that with Mackenzie. And then Hamilton, unbelievable. Now, there's some people that say you should do more history than just watch Hamilton, but feels like I kind of got it under control after watching Hamilton a couple of different times. Jameis immediately jumping full bore into the city that he's in. I can't wait if he gets a win. Okay, and I think it's going to be tough, obviously. But if he gets a win, the amount of shit that's going to be coming out after, he's been sitting on all this. Okay, he knew that there was going to be a Hamilton reference in that first press conference 3 months ago.
Yep.
Okay, now he's been sitting on stuff all season. Yep. And it's not just Jameis that is electrifying. And I know he's not playing right now, but Skattebo took to some streaming, and he certainly gave a take as well that perfectly indicates the type of human that Skattebo is.
Do you turn your head to eat a taco, or do you turn the taco for you? Are you dominant to the taco, or does the taco, do you turn your head for the taco?
That's a good question. Why?
It's about the dominance of the taco, though. If you're turning the taco, you're dominating the taco.
You see? So
good point.
You are a puppet to the taco if you're doing this number, or are you making the taco yours? And are you housing that thing like this? It's all about a mindset. It's all about a mentality. It's all about dominance. That guy's going to be back, we assume. Obviously, nasty interview. That's from Scat Pack with a 4 as an A on his Twitch.
Sure.
I assume that's going to be very entertaining. But he is exactly who we think he is in all aspects of his life, Ty.
Yeah, he's the best. And, it just kind of sucks that is the kind of stuff that we have to resort to because he got hurt, because we were getting just highlight after highlight after highlight this season. And now we're checking in and saying, hey, what kind of tacos are he eating?
How's he eating tacos?
That's what I'm saying.
He's not eating soft tacos.
I didn't see the whole thing.
Oh, you think it's hard tacos only?
Yeah, because you don't have to turn a soft.
He strikes me as a hard shell guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a soft shell guy. He strikes me. Well, actually, he might be like a quesarito guy. He might be taking a hard shell.
Cheesy gordita
putting
crunch.
putting some cheese around there.
Dominating it.
Exactly.
Wrapping that thing up.
Doing it his way. But yeah, it's just he's the best. The Giants quietly, it's unfortunate that they are where they're at right now because they do have 3 to 4 of the most entertaining, likable people in the league.
On that note, Malik Neighbors, superstar wide receiver of the New York Giants, he posted this on his IG story.
Okay, Father, I'm darting off to pursue my educational prowess.
Okay, son, don't dilly-dally. I'll be home late. It's my bridge night.
I'll see you later. Bye. Yo, what's up, B? How you feeling?
So what we're saying is the Giants head coaching job is open. Okay, Mike McCarthy's name is the odds-on favorite. We will talk to him next hour. His name is going to come up for a lot of these jobs because of how accomplished he is. And frankly, after we started talking to him, you could see how he would be able to walk into an interview and win it because not only the depth of the shit that he says, the motivation, the leadership, but obviously the amount of ball knowledge that he has. And I think he can relate to any generation. So I think he's going to be a favorite for a lot of these jobs if he is interested in jobs. So I'm not going to let him lose any leverage. So I'm not just going to say, hey, you're the odds-on favorite for the Giants. Do you want to do this? I will certainly not do that and put him in that type of situation. But we will certainly ask him about him becoming the odds-on favorite for a lot of these jobs in the next hour to kind of see where he's at with it all. Because does he want to coach? Does he want to go? We assume yes.
Yeah. Does he want to hold out for a better opportunity that may come, in 6 weeks
in his hometown,
or 8 weeks?
What?
That's one half of the Hammer
Dahn
Cowboys. AP Tone from Plumboro, Pennsylvania. East Hills of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You were saying hometown. That's where, Big Mike McCarthy's Pittsburgh guy.
I just figured that's what Ty was referencing, getting to, holding out to see what happens with that situation. If the wheels fall off of that situation, who knows what happens?
That won't happen. We know that with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think he was actually not referring to the Pittsburgh
he wasn't?
Steelers.
Yeah, I was. And he is from Pittsburgh, but he lives in Door County. We've been to the barn. I'm not saying, hey, listen, a lot of season left. But let's just see what happens here. Let's not just anoint Big Mike the head coach of the Giants right now.
By the way, Just had to get this out there. Encanto, also written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Awesome.
What is it?
It's a animated Disney movie, just like Moana.
Okay, we'll be in.
The songs are.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I didn't watch any Disney movies growing up. Mighty Ducks was at Disney.
I believe so. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I watched Mighty Ducks.
Sure.
You're talking about cartoons.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the other stuff. I just ADD didn't get to do it. My wife thinks that's potentially why I didn't develop fully some of the emotions.
Sure.
Because I didn't go through the entire super sad, the whole thing.
Mighty Ducks is sad.
That's what I argued. But then I watched, Lion King with my daughter, and it is a little different levels of sad.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially at different ages. These animated movies are incredible. So well done.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Oh, Coco. Oh, geez. Now I'm just going
Similar
through it in my
veins.
head.
There's a new one called Twits. There was this caveman one a couple months ago. I mean, it is.
Sing.
Sing is so good.
So good.
We were watching Sing as we were putting Big Night Out together.
Mm-hmm.
I literally felt like I was in the movie because that's all he's trying to do is put together a show at a theater that he's trying to save, and he has to do a deal. And it's like, I'm watching this guy, I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm actually taking notes on that. Who are we talking to? How
right now.
That's a good idea.
Sing 2's on Peacock. You got to leave Netflix, but Sing 2 Peacock, just as good.
Okay, I assume it is. Yeah, the animated people, I know how long that all takes. Incredible work. And
ton of money,
As
too.
soon as Mackenzie sees it, she's just like, she's listening. Is the song good? Yeah, okay. If it's ass, she's out.
Yeah.
And we got to kind of move on. If it's a good song with, I think, Lin-Manuel Miranda, he's throwing heat very early in all these things. All right, speaking of heat, there's some down in Baylor. Okay, there was a story that was released by Outkick that basically lays out a couple situations that happened around the Baylor-Arizona State game where the AD, Mac Rhodes, right before the Baylor offense went on the field for their first series, allegedly, what Outkick is reporting, Mac Rhodes walked up to Mike Trigg, who's the tight end of the Baylor team, and he had a yellow long sleeves on underneath his black jersey. And in the article from Outkick, it says that he had that on to cover up a brace that was on his shoulder because he was hurt. So basically, that's why he was wearing it. The AD did not know that, obviously, at the time, or didn't care. Allegedly walks up to Michael Trick, grabs him, and says, why are you wearing a yellow long sleeve? Like, not happy that is how he is dressed for the game for Baylor. Like, it was an intense interaction is what people said, numerous sources on the sideline that were not to be named because they were worried for any backlash, yada, yada, yada. Then after the game, there was a situation again where tight end Michael Trigg and another coach were meeting with their family, and Mac Rhodes, allegedly, this is via the Outkick thing, this is what's being reported, he walks up to the coach, grabs him by the arm and like the neck area, and asks him why he was wearing a yellow long sleeve. So still stewing on it, basically. So this got reported. Now there's an investigation happening in Baylor because it's a verbal and a physical altercation is how it's being described. Mac Rhodes, head, chair, the one speaking for the group of the CFP committee, the College Football Playoff Committee. So he steps down amid investigation happening at Baylor. So obviously Baylor will run its investigation. We just told you everything that Outkick had reported that had happened there. Now we're going to tell you what happens next for the College Football Playoff Committee. This feels like a pretty important piece of the puzzle, especially as we're already a couple weeks into the CFP committee doing their rankings. Joining us now is a college football analyst and insider, Hoosier fan and Pittsburgh Steeler fan, ladies and gentlemen, Heather Dinich. Heather, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm good.
Okay, so everything happening at Baylor, I don't know if you have any more information on that. This seemingly came out of nowhere this morning for a lot of people, but we definitely want to talk about the CFP situation now. So is a chair open there? Like, how does this kind of work from the college football playoff standpoint since the top person steps down in the middle of a season, Heather?
Yes, that's right. The chair is open, and the most likely scenario at this point is that they will replace Rhodes, and they would replace him with a Big 12 athletic director because that's what he was. So the most likely thing is that they're going to get somebody who has done this before as well. So I would expect a former committee member to rejoin the group from the Big 12. And Baylor did confirm to ESPN today that they received allegations on Monday involving Rhodes, but that does not include anything about Title IX, student welfare, NCAA, and does not involve the football program. That's what we know right now. We're continuing to report the story. So what's going to happen is the CFP is going to replace that seat, the seat of the chair, and they've got to do it really quickly. And what will happen is Big 12 commissioner will nominate somebody.
Oh,
the rest of
man.
the commission will approve it.
I thought we were going to be able to get, well, not Herb Street in there because he's SEC, SP.
Yeah, no
Good
way.
point. I thought maybe we were going to get Nick Saban in there. Maybe Dez going in there would be electrifying. We didn't know if we were going to be able to start pitching names.
Other guy.
Maybe Stanford Steve in there.
Yeah. There it
Stanford
is.
Steve needs to be in there. Can we slap an athletic director title before that? Is it going to have to be an athletic director? Are those the rules? Who are the people that can be on the committee, and who currently makes up the committee, Heather?
Yeah, it's an eye for an eye, Pat. So it's going to be a Big 12 AD. And my guess is it would be somebody like Mark Harlan at Utah, who's been on there before, or Gene Taylor from K-State. Kirby Hocutt, the Texas Tech AD, has been the committee chair before, but I would be surprised if it would be him because they're so involved in the college football playoff right now. He would definitely have to recuse himself from basically everything. So, I think it would probably be Harlan or maybe Gene Taylor. Those are probably the two most likely names to be considered. And who's on the committee? It's sitting athletic directors, my former colleague Ivan Maisel at ESPN. You have to be a retired member of the media, though. So I'm sorry to burst your bubble. You've got to be retired, a media member.
Des would have been awesome. I would just like to let everybody know that Desmond Howard would have been amazing in those meetings. He is electrifying in there. Reese Davis, obviously, he does the interview with the chair immediately afterwards. How does that whole thing work? Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Heather. So does the Big 12 AD that's going to come in, do they become the chair, or does someone else from the committee move up to the chair position that will speak to Reese each week and obviously be the face of the committee?
Yeah, the commissioners have to decide that. It could absolutely just be the new person comes in and they are the voice of the CFP, or they could have somebody else in the room take that position. And remember, these are 3-year terms. And to be fair, we don't know what is going to happen with Mac Rhodes. I mean, he could come back eventually. I don't want to judge or draw any conclusions as to how long he'll be gone, but we already had this happen last month. Randall McDaniel stepped down for personal reasons as well. Usually it's a 13-member committee. Then it was at 12. Now it's at 11. So definitely some holes to fill in the room.
Yeah, it sounds like a 3-year term. So this will be an interim chair, whoever comes in there. I would assume you would vote from within because you've been there since the beginning. New party coming in, got to get caught up. Don't know if they should be speaking, but could also get a fresh voice in there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm hearing it for the first time, kind of how we're looking at it. I guess they could kind of take it anyway. Who will be the next person to hang their white hat and walk into that meeting and decide which college football programs have a shot at winning it all? That's a hard job. That's a lot of pressure. I hope they get it right. Heather, we appreciate you joining us on such quick turnaround.
Thanks, guys. Go Steelers.
Hey, game day is going to be in Pittsburgh this weekend. I think it should be pretty electrifying.
You're going to my city, man. Yeah. I hope the Berg is so much fun. I'm jealous. I hope you guys have so much fun.
From my understanding, it's not just Pitt people that are going to be. I think a lot of Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh's coming. I think it's going to be like a football celebration. I think, from my understanding. Now, I might be just talking to people that I know, and maybe they feel obligated to support me. But I think like the city of Pittsburgh. I think this is going to be quite a scene here. I think it's going to be quite a football party in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's how they roll, man. I fully expect the city to turn out. It's a football city. That's it.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Heather Denny.
Yeah, Heather.
I do think it's going to be pretty bananas.
No doubt.
I think it is, yeah. From my understanding, from what I've heard from people back in Pittsburgh. Once again, they might be lying to me, because they feel obligated to be like, hey, yeah, because, boy, everybody would like a potential. Hey, if you can swing by, which I appreciate and completely understand. So I'm going to try my best to go ahead and do all of that for sure. But it feels like a lot of people are thinking about coming, which is a very cool thing.
I promise you it's going to be packed just because the amount of times that it's going to be 60 degrees in November, like the amount of times that we would just go down, river. Like if it was West Virginia coming to town, Notre Dame coming to town, those parking lots are always full with probably about 50,000 people that aren't going into the game.
So I think the last big Notre Dame Pitt game There was some people we know that ended up in a hospital, didn't even make it in.
It was good. That was a good time.
Yeah, they got carried out of the parking lot.
Oh, no.
Who's that?
That person was, if I remember correctly, chugging a vodka bottle, and everyone was going, "Somebody stop him!"
Yeah, there was people that were trying to save this man's life, and
we didn't stop.
They had the forecasting ability of Joe Nardo because he should have stopped.
They were right.
Yeah, he ended up, I guess, in between some cars. And
Sure.
Found by other people, put into an ambulance, and then, sent out there. And I think before chugging that vodka goes, because you can't do it, doesn't mean I can't. And then, that entire thing, which we like the confidence, but certainly not the decision. But that's what we're talking about. I'm not saying anybody's doing that. 2025, everybody knows better.
Sure.
Everybody knows better.
Definitely.
But what we're saying is it is a football city. It should be pretty epic on Saturday, I'm thinking.
It's a drinking event.
Bingo. And it's warm.
Yeah, the warm weather. That is, I didn't even think about that. That's a huge game changer.
Well, and we told the story about them putting in the alcohol tax.
Mm-hmm.
You remember we told a story about the alcohol tax that they dropped in there, and they projected whatever, and it was like 20x that. And they realized the city had a problem, but then they also said this tax is staying forever. And that's Pittsburgh's going to be a good time. I can't wait to get back there. Pitt's got a tough game though. Notre Dame's a good team right now. Notre Dame's a good team right now.
Doesn't matter though. Their head coach said, "Hey, doesn't matter if we get beat by 100. We're just trying to win an ACC championship. So that doesn't even matter."
Run it.
Do you feel like this is a must-win for this team when it comes to something?
Absolutely not. It is not an ACC game. I'm glad you brought that up. It's not an ACC game. I gladly get beat 103 or 110 to 10 in that game. They can put 100 up on us as long as we win the next two after that. But again, our focus is on Notre Dame and getting as many wins as we can.
We'll be talking to Coach Narduzzi tomorrow and say, what was
Yeah, why'd you say that?
And why did you have such an exact score already?
Yeah.
It felt like he had said that already to somebody else. Like, well, it literally could be 103 to 10, 110 to 10. He gave himself 10 points there, which I think was good. When did they score that? Is that garbage time? Is that after it's already over 100? Like, is that before their last 10 times? Seems like he had thought about that answer. I assume what he'll tell us is he was just informing everybody, like, hey, the outcome of this game does not matter for what we still have going. So I think he's trying to get the narrative out there and the information to people, I think. Like, hey, we're still very much in the ACC race. This weekend, you're going to see there's going to be a lot of eyes on our team. Does not matter. I think that's probably what he'll say. And on the flip side of that, if I'm in the locker room, I don't think I want to hear that from my coach, but these are all Narduzzi guys. This is a Narduzzi culture. Narduzzi has built this team, and he's been there a long time. He probably has a better feel of it. I did not expect a coach to ever say that.
No,
I did not I did not expect that.
But he also said yesterday on his radio show, I saw too, he told Pitt fans, it's a noon kickoff. Get down there early, get liquored up. So
he said that?
Yep, he said get liquored up.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He knows he gets what he's doing. And obviously I did not play at Pitt. I'll be excited to see how that all goes.
Me too.
Yeah, I will be excited to see how that all goes. I'll be excited to get back. But I don't know, like the Pitt inside inner workings or whatever. Have to have a lot of buy-in to be able to go up there and say, if we lose by 100, we don't care. Nick, you want the Pitt. What are your thoughts on we could potentially lose 103 to 10 or whatever it is?
At first you hear that and you think that's a weird thing to say with a gigantic game coming up and, a chance to go win the ACC championship and put on a national spotlight and beat Notre Dame on the way to do that. That felt like the right thing to do. But, I think maybe just a little bit of a deflection. Maybe just a little bit. Let's get Notre Dame nice and comfortable. Hey, come in here. Oh. You can beat us. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you think it's his gamesmanship closed Sicilian out of Coach Narduzzi?
Potentially a little gamesmanship from the dudes down there.
I didn't even think about Narduzzi coming on show tomorrow off air going, hey, I told the boys I'm going to go say this because these Notre Dame kids, they'll forget about the game. So you guys fell for it like a bunch of marks.
Yeah.
You guys are a bunch of losers. What if Narduzzi says that? He says, listen, when I'm talking to the team and when I'm talking to Notre Dame and when I'm talking to the fans, it's all different. Tell the team, hey, I'm going to go say this. Tell Notre Dame, 103 to 10, whatever. Tell the fans, need you liquored up. Got to be more direct with the fans. Got to be a little bit more direct with them. With Notre Dame, you can kind of passive-aggressively, hopefully, lower the expectations on their end. So maybe they're not as prepared to come into Acrisure Field sold out. Will that be more Notre Dame, more Pitt?
Pitt.
What do you think it'll be? 70-30?
60-40.
You think 60-40?
It's going to be close. I wouldn't be surprised 50-50.
Jeez.
I'm
listen
serious.
to
It's
this
just
guy.
it's a pro sports town. We all know that. Pitt has attendance problems because the stadium is too big for what the program is at the moment. They need their own stadium. Everyone agrees on that, Tony.
Tone started it, and then Ben Roethlisberger backed him up. So then he was in a good spot, especially this week. You got Pitt, Notre Dame on Saturday. Then you got Steelers,
Cincy
on Sunday, same grass. So look for that to definitely be a storyline coming out of Sunday's game one way or another. Because Pittsburgh, we don't have the best weather. Yeah. And Pittsburgh doesn't have the best weather. So do you always have the best grass in those types of towns? Absolutely not. Have the Pittsburgh Steelers ever said, like, hey, we're going to fix this problem and we're going to use the newest turf? Absolutely not. Football's on grass. Okay, it's outside and it's on grass is how Pittsburgh, a football town, feels. So every single beginning of winter and then through the end of college football season, let alone high school state championships happening there, Whippeal championships happening there, always a conversation about how ass the field is, but that's just like what Pitt and Pittsburgh football is. Yeah. Like you just play on an ass field. Yeah. Hey, they're spray painting the dirt to make it look like grass. Not a bad play. Very Pittsburgh of them, I would say. That's a good angle. Hey, what are we doing? You're trying to do this? I can't wait to see what game day does. It looks like.
It's going to be incredible. But the other side of the coin to this Pitt conversation is, Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman also know, like, hey, this is one of the last opportunities we have to really prove ourselves to the college football playoff. Like, is this the last ranked opponent on their schedule? I'm assuming it is.
I believe so.
Like, they need to also make a statement. So Narduzzi might be saying that because he knows there's a beast coming. There's a two-headed monster coming into town right now, and we might get beat by 100. So I need to let the Pitt fans know. I need to let the Pitt fans know, like, hey, when we get beat by 100, don't, absolutely kill me. We still got everything in front of us, okay?
Yeah, and the Pitt fans will say, sure, we lose by 100 to Notre Dame. Yeah, we got everything in front of us. Sure, that's Heather just texted Mike Foss to get to us. Tell him that Heather Dinich has just confirmed Mark Harlan, the Utah AD, has been nominated to replace Mac Rhodes, the chair of the CFP committee, who stepped down earlier today because of something happening at Baylor. Not a lot of details. Outkick reported one particular incident, well, I guess two separate incidents on one particular day. Who knows what else is coming down the line. But now Utah AD Mark Harlan is in it. Hey, get it right, Mark.
Yep. Good luck, Mark.
Hey, Mark, take a second look at that WVU Mountaineers team, how they're playing now. Okay, if we're trying to get the best teams in there, Scotty Fox, these boys, a little bit of a hard edge. Maybe we slip in the back. Yep, here's the West Virginia Mountaineers playing against Colorado this past weekend. Steve Slayton was honored for going into the College Football Hall of Fame. The 2005 Sugar Bowl champions were in attendance. I think they said 60,000 people.
Oh, hell yeah.
Packed house.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think we're going, look.
Oh, yeah. That is packed.
Yeah, packed out. And we are not going anywhere this season. Like, we are right now building for next season is what we are doing. Might end up with a bowl game. Got it. All good, which would be great. But I think everybody is in the same understanding, like, hey, we are building a program right now. So the fact that that place was filled up, good news.
Yeah.
Great news going
Did
forward.
you get a chance to talk to the Utah AD when you guys were in there for game day or anything when you guys were there? Or was it just a head coach conversation?
Yeah. I think
Good chat.
Yeah, it was a good conversation. He's a good guy.
Brief, very busy, obviously.
And when you look at a photo of him, you obviously know, like, hey, when you see him, you know.
Yeah.
You know, when
Oh,
you see
that
Mark
guy.
Harlan, you definitely, when you see a photo of the Utah athletic director, Mark Harlan, you really know exactly what you're like. You say, that's the Utah athletic. Yeah, I did meet him. Man. Yeah, I did talk to him. Yes, I certainly did.
Kevin Harlan in him.
Yeah, well, it may be related.
That one with the Utah in the background is kind of a mix of Lombo and Brandon Bean.
Ooh.
That's not bad, actually, a little combo if you're going to be a football athletic person.
Mark Lombine.
Good handshake here on Mark Harlan. He has now been nominated to replace Mac Rhodes in the College Football Playoff Committee, who will be selecting the 12 that'll be counting down to 1.
It's interesting because Utah's like 14 maybe something like that.
Yeah, we'll see.
If they get in.
Hey, you guys see Devin's?
I was gonna say don't get too comfortable, BYU. Don't get it too comfortable.
Tough loss to Texas Tech.
Yeah,
Can't lose another one.
Big time.
Imagine Mark Harlan.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
These guys are frauds. We got to get them out of here. That's my first order of business. Get BYU the hell out of here.
I do wonder how the Cougs feel this morning.
Yeah.
I do.
So
they had him
pissed.
out. He was out.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's back in.
That's right.
Oh, man. Bear Bachmar. He's going to have to deal with this for the next 3 years. This is 3-year terms.
His whole career.
Oh, no. That's tough. Ryan Smith needs to make some calls.
Yeah, their basketball team actually has been making calls for BYU. They just signed a 22-year-old center out of the G League.
Yeah, I heard that's becoming a thing. People aren't happy about that. Speaking of the G League, LeBron's head Donner.
That's right.
He's designated for the South Bay Lakers. He will be in the G League doing some 5-on-5 practicing. I think that's maybe because the boys with the Lakers aren't doing that at this time of the season, so he needs to go get some work. If LeBron James is going to play in a couple G League games and pack these smaller gyms out, it's going to be epic, I think, personally. This is just like in the offseason. I think Kevin Durant has done it. Obviously, Kyrie's done it. LeBron's done it. Kobe did it. Like Drew League and then Rucker Park games and like other leagues are taking. I think Equinox had a league.
Jamal Crawford had a league as well.
Yeah, Crossovers League. Like every one of these leagues in the offseason, whenever a superstar shows up, the atmosphere in the gyms are just absolutely outrageous. So I don't know if he's playing in any of these games. I have no idea if that's even possible. But if we're getting an atmosphere like we see in those offseason games that guys are playing, like I think Kevin Durant just won absolutely ape shit at Rutgers, if I'm thinking back.
Yeah, he hit like 4 or 5 threes in a row.
Yeah, that's a moment that goes Kobe showing up, walking out.
Drew League stuff with Kobe is crazy.
Yeah, insanity. Kyrie, obviously, it's like those are cool content pieces. And I'm not saying, hey, the NBA season should be treated like content, but I am saying if this dude's showing up in some G League gyms and the place is going crazy, that'd be great content, especially with how the Lakers are. The Lakers are a good basketball team, right? He's not even playing.
Yeah, they're rolling. A lot of people think that when he comes back, it's going to change the entire makeup of the team since he's LeBron and needs the ball, and then Luka will have the ball less. KD and Speed actually just played 2-on-2. I don't know if you saw it.
I saw KD walk down.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, like the fact that they do that stuff. I mean, it kind of goes back to the wingman conversation yesterday with the NHL. Like the NBA has always been really good at like their stars kind of promoting themselves, but also just the league and basketball in general in the offseason like
Speed, so athletic.
Yeah, legit.
That is an absurd athlete. This Speed guy. What a perfect time to be a freak athlete and have the ability to have moxie at all times. Hey, just watch me go conquer all of these things. Everybody that's great at everything is going to say, yup, this guy could have done this for a living. That's a great content piece.
Yeah.
And that's Speed's life. I think he was even the mayor of a city, in Peru?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy could have been a mayor.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like a second away from breaking the NBA record on the 6-cone drill or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, he's
almost won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Well,
almost.
That thing turned quickly.
It did.
That thing certainly turned quickly there. Braun Breaker's an explosive athlete as well. But on that note, Speed, keep doing it, man. We love watching.
Yeah, impressive.
Very, very impressive. Lethal Shooter, also incredible. Maybe Lethal gets on that South Bay team.
Ooh.
Good idea.
Saying you got Braun passing it. I didn't like the quick analysis you gave of the entire Lakers and the Lakers season that you dropped in right before that. But I want to let you know, it's good NBA stuff. Let's get back to college football. You're a Massachusetts guy. Did you see your university up there?
Yeah, my father's a proud alumni, so go Minutemen, baby.
UMass down 45 zip in the fourth quarter. Run it. No sound. Guy makes kick. 54 yards.
Beautiful.
What a time. Field goal's good. We're not shut out anymore. Great kick, number 99. Fireworks.
What are we doing?
They were saving that all night. They were saying that they got 1,400 people in that crowd. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure.
Sweet fireplace, though.
Sweet. In the barracks in the back there, I don't know exactly what that is. It's a beer garden back there, the barracks. That's pretty cool. I assume some military veteran was part of that entire thing, so we appreciate that. The Minutemen, obviously, massive military conversation. They were waiting to put on a show. They got a night game. They got a night game.
It's a brand new stadium.
What are they supposed to do? Put up whenever they want down 28? No, they can't do that. So old buddy comes in, kicks a 54-yarder. They all go, wow, that's impressive. And the guy who's on the button, Mr. Zambelli, probably. Yeah, that deserves it. Send it. 6 minutes left in this game. What are we going to do? Just have you sit here until next 4th of July?
Yeah, you're right.
They sent it out there. You didn't want him to do that?
No, I mean, that's embarrassing. You can't be doing that. They knew this type of stuff was going to happen. Listen, my wife is also a proud alum of UMass, so, like, I get it. But, I mean, come on.
What?
Well, fireworks show's cool. It looks cool. It looks very, very cool.
Well, maybe it just so happened to be a fireworks show for the rest of the town. Maybe the kick
that could have been
happened to happen at the same time as scheduled fireworks show for rest of town. Maybe it did just so happen to happen.
This is the highlight of their season. This is a lot of people are saying this is the worst D1 college football team of all time.
That's not true. That's not true. Don't listen to Tony. That's not true. The UMass Minutemen got a lot of fight. Okay, yeah, they're 0-10. Yeah, they set off fireworks after hitting a field goal to go down 45-3. But they're building. They're coming. That's a brand new stadium right there. They're setting off the fireworks because it's like, hey, are we gonna crumble in the moments when we beat freaking Ohio State at home?
Oh, you think the fireworks people are practicing for years to come? They're building a program, too.
Exactly.
How do we know what these fireworks look like when we need them next year when we're running for a championship if we don't run them this year when we're down 45-zip?
Boom.
So they're like, we got to get eyes on these fireworks to see if they're the right ones.
Yeah, make adjustments, I mean, we're talking about Massachusetts. This is a do-your-job type of time. I don't know if it's a Zambelli. If I had to guess, it'd probably be a mix something or a O something. But either way, it's still one of those things where, what, are they going to go in blind when they beat freaking Texas Tech at home next year? I mean, go down the list. I won't say my Hoosiers, but Ohio State, they're coming. Oregon, they're coming. BYU, don't even think about it. Afterthought. All those schools, and that is exactly why UMass had to let that one fly. And although the entire press box cackled at them, audibly laughed.
We don't need that.
Is what I read. Yeah.
We don't need that.
Practice makes perfect, all right? Jeez.
You think fireworks are perfect all the time? No. Go to the hospital. Check the records. There's a lot of mistakes that happen. Now, speaking of fireworks, Audie Crooks, my new favorite basketball player.
Hell yeah.
21 minutes last night, 43 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. So there was a report it was in 19 minutes. Then we looked at the
box score.
The box score said 21 minutes. Now this is reporting 20 minutes. Whatever the case, Audie Crooks doesn't need a lot of time.
Nope.
But she's going to take over. And we just need to be prepared for March Madness for it to be the Audie Crooks show because my timeline has already become that. I think every game that she plays, I'm seeing absurd stat lines like this, and I legitimately don't think she's stoppable.
No.
Just from the highlights that I've seen, she goes, takes a break, she comes out, takes over the entire game. Okay, then it's Audie Crooks time. It's like a closing pitcher. She gets an entrance. Anytime she comes in, the whole place knows. The other team knows it's about to go down. Her team knows we're putting this ball one place. It's awesome. Audie Crooks, I think you're winning a national championship.
Yeah. Good.
They're going to win a national championship.
And she's an Iowa legend. I want to say she's from Bishop Garrigan. I think that's where she went to high school. I want to say her mom is maybe a Hall of Famer at either Iowa State or at her high school. But she's been doing this stuff. Like when she really kind of popped onto the scene a couple years ago, I said, okay, I got to take a peek at this and kind of go through the layers a little bit. And I went back and looked at like a lot of her high school box scores. She's been putting up stat lines like that since she's been a freshman in high. Like she's unstoppable. So now it's just a matter of, hey, our team's going to throw 5 defenders at her. And do we have other girls?
How's she from the free throw line?
I think she's pretty decent.
Yeah, solid.
I think she fills up the bucket. So yeah, it's if Iowa State can find, I haven't done a deep dive on their roster this year. I don't know what kind of wing players they have, what kind of guards they have. But if they can get a little bit of production outside of her, like she's going to average 30 to 35 points a game.
72% shooter from the line.
That's pretty
Dick
good.
Just did the research, and she wasn't the only one. Women's college hoops going crazy.
Yeah, Hannah Hidalgo for Notre Dame. She went bananas. 44 points. Yeah, that's cool. 16 steals. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. And they're playing Akron. I'm so sorry to the Akron women's basketball team that they had to get guarded by Hannah Hidalgo, because talk about a nightmare. I don't know what the record is either for steals in a game, but 16 is the highest I've seen in a long time, just across the board, men's or women's. She damn near had a triple-double with steals. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Hannah Houdini Hidalgo. Now you have it, now you don't. She's a magic woman. I think it's incredible that she can be the most athletic person on the defensive side. Normally that's the case. The steals is like reading, quickness, hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
You name it. That's it. And then on the other side, fills it up.
Yeah.
I mean, just absolutely fills it up. Hey, women's college hoops. I cannot sit here on this day. I cannot sit here and say that I have watched any of these games in full. I will try to at some point in the near future. But women's college hoops has been coming through the algorithm for me. And it's because they have superstars over there.
Yeah.
That's a record for who? For the entire NCAA? Women's NCAA record, 16
Boom.
steals.
Yeah,
The record was 14. So 16 steals a record. So these superstars seemingly in women's college hoops right now taking over algo. Like multiple Audie Crooks. I don't know who's cooking up the internet for Audie Crooks. She's got memes. She's got she is unstoppable. And then Hannah Hidalgo, right? I'm like, I've never heard of this person. Unbelievable. Is this the best player of all time?
Yeah, and I have to say it because she plays for Fairfield, but this year's Caitlin Clark right now is Megan Anderson. She leads Women's Division I.
And where's she go?
She goes to Fairfield University, Stags.
She's a Stag.
She's a Stag.
She's a Stag?
Yeah, that's right. Roll Stags. I believe she's averaging like 33 points a game. Genuine problem. They beat Villanova in the first week of the season.
They came and played Indiana, right?
Yeah, they came and played Indiana. It was real tight for a quarter or two. But again, we were a little bit outmatched, but we didn't have Megan Anderson.
Update. 16 steals is a record for both men's and women's college hoops. Congratulations, Hannah Hidalgo.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, here's some Hembo stats on Hannah Hidalgo. 44 points breaks Notre Dame's scoring record as well.
Jeez.
Okay.
Good night.
A lot of great players.
Big night. Sorry we did not know this. We are getting these stats in real time from Hembo. This is 100% on it. We should have looked into it. We will, I think, hands up. I don't think we are the women's college hoops go-to, but maybe if superstars are showing up every single night, why not, Ty? And we also did take a program.
We did.
To go celebrate Women's March Madness in Iowa in the middle of a blizzard.
In the middle of a blizzard. Bad blizzard. We saw a lot of semis in the, middle of the highway, that kind of stuff. But it's early right now, so you don't need to pay attention to this kind of stuff. Once we get into conference play and we're seeing, Audie Crooks taking on whoever Texas's best player, that's when you really zone in. You say, okay, college basketball season's here.
They fill the bucket up.
They do.
Legit.
They fill the bucket up. Did we watch before Caitlin Clark was playing? I remember watching the WVU women's basketball team whenever I was at school.
Yeah, when I was in school, I went to a game or two.
They were a cool group of girls.
Yeah. Like Tarasi, that era when they were at UConn.
Tarasi was a beast. Yeah, I remember that. And then Candace
Parker, Tennessee,
It's always like superstar driven.
Exactly.
Skylar Diggins, I figured she had the Notre Dame points record.
Me too.
Yeah, she did, I think 41 maybe. Nope, Ruth Riley in 1999 had 41.
She was a dog.
And Jewel Lloyd, obviously in 2014, had 41. Scored 18 straight Notre Dame points in the first half and 12 straight points for either team in the second quarter. She won 12 in the second quarter against this team. That's unbelievable.
Zips are a good team.
Yeah,
too.
tough night for the Zips.
But that's what we were just talking about with the NBA. Like, it is a stars-driven league. It's really just a stars-driven sport. Like, in college basketball, we had Cooper Flagg last year, and there's a couple other players this year now. But if there aren't massive stars just in hoops in general, it's just not something you follow as closely. But the women's basketball has a ton this year now.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the football, shall we? Cooper Kupp is heading back to SoFi. He's obviously back home with the Seattle Seahawks. A man who's from that area has joined the Seattle Seahawks team, and they have become a wagon. Okay, a wagon. But Cooper Kupp's no stranger to wagons. He's been a part of a few before. Remember, he's the man who won the, they always say Triple Crown, but they forget it also the yards after catch. So he won all four of the wide receiver ones. We're talking yards, touchdowns, catches, and yards after catch. Cooper Kupp, special talent. Nobody could have expected him either with who he was. Not a lot of fanfare. And then him and Matthew Stafford just won absolutely absurd. He goes to Seattle Seahawks. Now he's going back to SoFi. Won a Super Bowl there, won some awards there, did some things to welcome Los Angeles and the Rams back into that city and that stadium. And here's him talking about the emotions of heading back to SoFi.
It's another football game.
What?
Get out there, play your game. Love these guys. Love so many of the guys over there. And by the end of the day, gotta go play a football game. So that's gonna be what it is. Try to treat this the same as any other game. Go out there and just be able to lock in, do your job one play after the next, and take that play-by-play mindset. And same as usual.
Word is that they're going to do some sort of tribute to you there. How do you acknowledge that and also stay locked in like you're talking about?
I don't know. I didn't know that. I don't know. I didn't die. I'm here. I appreciate it. It's obviously so thankful for my time there. Incredible experience. Built so much with just the fans, with the guys that I was able to play with, and just great experiences. So nothing but love for that city. And but like I said, you gotta be able to lock in for the game and what's ahead of you. So I think it'll be fun. I'm excited to go out there. It's a really good football team, and present some great challenges for us. And
obviously, players returning to a team that they had a lot of success with is no stranger to the NFL. The business is the business. Earlier this year, Micah Parsons going back to Dallas was obviously a huge story.
Yep.
And Jerry said there will be no tribute. He's got enough of good stuff.
Yeah.
They're going to clap for him, basically. Now, if Emmett comes back, that's a little different.
Different story.
Troy Aikman, 2 8s.
Different story.
These are all different stories. You know, we mountaintop here. You know, mountaintop here. Cooper Kupp going back to L.A. I assume that's going to be
huge.
I think it's probably going to be a massively positive response. And I think that's how probably everybody feels about the situation, including Rams and Seahawks fans alike.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. Like, the Micah stuff never really made sense because they didn't win a Super Bowl. Like, he was obviously an unbelievable player, but Cooper Kupp won a Super Bowl with them. I think we talked about it earlier this week. Like, he was, he was the last guy outside of quarterback to get MVP votes the year he had the Triple Crown and, the Yak. So it's like he is the one who kind of, him and Stafford obviously, but like he was the best receiver in the NFL, and he was the one who really helped kind of launch this new Rams. You can't really call it a dynasty, but like he was the one who,
maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like they are
pillar.
A pillar of them being in LA, and it's like, hey, this is LA's team now, so it makes sense that they would have a very warm welcome for him.
Cooper Kupp, whenever you talk about history, he's sitting at the top of it.
Damn.
Receptions, including playoffs. 2021, Cooper Kupp, 178. Receiving yards, 2021, 2,425 yards. Second place, Larry Fitzgerald in the history of the NFL, 1,977.
That's crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, a lot of big playoff moments for him.
Not a lot. I'll tell you what, that's an insane stat right there.
Yeah.
2,425 yards, receiving yards, is the most in NFL history, including the playoffs. Obviously, they win that year. Larry Fitzgerald in second, under 2,000. He's closer to 3,000? No. Yeah, I mean, what a season. Is he going to do that again? Is he going to do that with Sam Darnold next year, have a fully healthy season and be able to do this again? And then first downs, obviously, in a season, he had 108. Michael Irvin, playmaker, had 100 in 1995. He was special. Cooper Kupp and the Rams are special. If you're seeing a guy, as a fan of a team, go for 2,425 yards in one season, I assume your natural reaction whenever you see that person later in life is going to be, hey,
yeah.
I love this guy.
So this weekend, I think, will be a good return for Cooper Kupp, and I'm happy for him for that.
He must have had 200 catches. He had like 4 years worth of production in one season in a playoff run. Like, that's insane. That's fucking insane.
And for that reason, 78%. What's the number of percentage of bets that are on the Seahawks right now? 74% of the money are on the Seahawks.
Really?
Plus 3.5 going into LA. LA's wearing very cool uniforms.
Yes.
They're wearing midnight mode.
Oh.
Yeah. Great name, great uni. Okay. And we assume the fans are potentially going into midnight mode as well.
Have to.
Mm-hmm.
I assume it's going to be pretty dark out there in SoFi. It's going to be a daunting place. They'll clap for Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're back to whose house? Rams house. Matthew Stafford with those teeth all dark.
The only thing you're going to be able to see.
He's going to turn like this, and he's actually going to use his teeth as a decoy for one of the safeties. Hey, this way. And that safety's going to go, I got Matthew Stafford, this piece. And then Matthew Stafford's going to do one of these. Boom, over. And it's going to go right over the safety. How this son of a bitch? And then it's going to be Puka going, ha ha. And then he's going to run so hard, maybe through a wall. Maybe through a wall on the back. That's what we're looking at in the 4 o'clock slate this Sunday. Yeah. Remember what last week 4 o'clock slate was? Let's look forward to this one, about to be gigantic, Tom.
I just remembered when I was sitting at Hammer downtown yesterday, I had a hypothetical for you guys. If you could pop that slate back up. So we're talking about Rams and Seahawks now. There's another huge NFC game, and that's Eagles and Lions. If I gave you Seahawks, Rams, or Eagles, Lions, which game would you take? You would want the team to win the Super Bowl. Do you think Lions winner comes from that game, or winner comes from the Rams and Seahawks? Let's not even say Super Bowl. Let's say wins the NFC.
I'll go Seahawks, Rams.
Me too.
Okay.
hey.
I think the Rams might be the best team, or the Seahawks might be the best team in the NFL right now, and the Rams might be the second best.
And I don't think they're getting anywhere near where they're headed.
No.
I think Seahawks are only getting better. It's like the Colts. Like the Colts are so new. Everybody, a lot of new pieces. We're only going to get better. That's why I think we're so pumped. Seahawks, same exact thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Sam's first year up there. He's signed a big deal to be their quarterback. That's only going to get better, we assume, going forward. In McDonald's defense, that's going to be good.
Unbelievable.
Like we just say that's good. Seahawks, very much up and to the right.
Yes.
And to your point, they're already up here.
Right.
And then the other
Seahawks
game,
fans got to be going crazy.
the other game, you got the Super Bowl defending champion and the Lions, whose that ceiling is incredible. That's a good slate for the NFC.
All right, we'll
right
answer
there.
that question tomorrow. Let's go back to college football. We have another update from Heather Dinich, Arkansas athletic director. Hunter Yurachek has been nominated to be the chair of the college football playoff committee. So he's already on the committee. He is being nominated to be the chair of it. And then Utah AD Mark Harlan nominated to replace Mack Rhodes, who stepped down. So we got a little two-chair swing here happening at this point. Arkansas AD Hunter Yurachek is being considered for the CFP committee chair. He is currently on the committee. The CFP management committee has to approve it before it's official. So the committee within the committee has to approve that the committee now has a new chair who was already a part of one of the committees. Okay. Now, this particular committee has an open spot. They're bringing in Utah Mark Harmon, and the committee and the committee in the committee have to agree to Mark Harlan coming back to join their bigger committee, but probably not in the selection of the selection committee.
Right. And Heather mentioned that it's possible that Mack Rhodes would come back. Based on this new information, do you think we can assume that he's done and they're just filling this spot now and that will be the new person for the next 3 years?
I don't know. They had to put somebody a chair, right? Somebody had to be the chair. So I assume that's a decision they had to make. I think the Mack Rhodes thing, like what we learned from Outkick and then what ESPN sources are getting, very different stories.
Right.
So maybe there's multiple things going on, or maybe we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So who knows what happens with Mack Rhodes? Because if it is a full investigation and it ends up being quick, I assume he's not coming back this season.
Correct.
But it's 3-year term. Does he come back next year? And would it be that big a fanfare or a conversation? Probably not. If he was there.
Yeah, true.
And that's probably what Mark Harmon, Utah AD, is coming in with the understanding, if I had to guess. Now, granted, if that investigation ends up being something for real, there's no way he'll be a part of the 12.
Exactly.
Yeah, no way. Do you think because of a situation like this, and I hate that I'm going to say it, but is it time to combine the college football playoff with the BCS model and possibly have not just humans deciding exactly what the playoff should be, but maybe bringing in an AI, maybe bringing in a computer to assist, because then you don't have to deal with all this mumbo jumbo.
Well, what's the AI going to do?
That's what I'm saying.
You think the AI knows ball? I don't think.
I don't know.
That time's coming. Not today.
Combine the two, humans and the AI.
Yeah, well, then it's always the human making the decision with more information than everybody else. And Nick just said what you said is the BCS, so you got it right. I want these humans just to get it right.
Let's get it right.
Let's get it right.
Be your friend, tell a friend something nice. We'll see you on the other side.
We have a great Texas boy named John. Okay, what's your last name, John?
John Mactoff.
Have you ever kicked a ball before?
I have.
When?
Growing up, I played soccer. In high school, I kicked kickoffs and onsides.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
All right, so I've never met anybody that just kicked kickoffs and onsides. Does that mean because you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with the football?
So my junior year, I missed an extra point. We lost to the state champs by 1, and I was removed.
Oh. Redemption comes today for you, John. Here's the deal. Redemption is obviously sweet.
Hey, looky here. He's taking his shoes off.
Okay, we're going barefoot. Okay, we got the Texas Tech Red Raiders cheerleader squad, which I believe is the best in the country as well. We got finger guns all over the place. We got phones everywhere trying to witness this moment that you will remember forever. Your kicking story doesn't have to end with a missed extra point, brother. It can end with one kick for $500,000.
I mean, just
$500,000 here in Lubbock, Texas. 500,000, John. One shot. Redemption is sweet. Oh! All right. That's not fun. That is not how I thought this was going to go.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Johnny deserves one more shot at a Wichita.
John,
New ball. We got a new ball.
Yeah, but if you don't stand for anything, you fall for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? $250,000 to you, $250,000 to a charity here in Lubbock. This is your last kick, and this is your last opportunity, maybe in your whole life, to make a kick. You played soccer your whole life. You've kicked balls forever. Swing through the damn thing and put it through the uprights, and don't let Stanford Steve wave this off.
He likes to do that.
Yeah, make this thing pure, John.
Yes.
Good for John. Good for John. Good for John, man.
That was awesome. Good for John. Good for John. I knew it. I was doing it.
Hey. You did it, buddy.
John.
Congratulations,
Big John. Yeah, brother. Good
All
job,
right,
man.
John.
Good job, bro. Hell yeah.
John, come get your big check that you need to take to a big bank because you just made a big kick to change your life. We're happy for you.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this NFL Week 11 kickoff Thursday, November 13th, 2025. Our tour of the program begins now. Football! He is the greatest. Tonight, Week 11 of the NFL season kicks off in the AFC East as the Patriots host the New York Jets on Amazon Prime. That game will kick off at 8:15. The pre-show, I believe, begins at 7. It's a great show. They do a very, very good job. The show is phenomenal. The evening will be spectacular, and we'll be seeing if the New England Patriots are who we potentially think they are.
Oh, yeah.
Which is an absolutely dominant force. The quarterback for the New England Patriots, Drake May, the odds-on favorite to win the MVP. They got superstars all over the place. Mike Vrabel is doing his thing, which we all understand is winning football. Remember, he took the Tennessee Titans, where I think they had like 119 different guys on the roster, the most amount of IR people, to be the number one seed in the AFC. He has an ability to lead a group of men on a football field, maybe better than anybody ever when it's all said and done. We have no idea what's about to happen here with the New England Patriots and Mike Vrabel for the next 20 years, actually. And if you look at what happened to the Tennessee Titans as soon as he leaves the building, and then you look at what happened to the Patriots building once he enters the building, you think to yourself, wow, this Ohio fuck might be good at leading men in football. It's fun to watch. It's a physical style of football. Everybody's bought in. In New England, people will once again have the ability to be incredibly arrogant about their football team. On that note, let's go to the talks table at Boss Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Do you feel, though, something from Con Man today? It feels like he's more confident and more happy and more energized about this particular primetime game than maybe in years past when the Patriots were going to be watched by a lot of people.
Yeah, I think so, but he's justified. I mean, I would not have wanted to hear him coming in and be like, oh, I don't know, I'm worried about this one. Maybe we're going to, win 21-17, but no, we're going to win 42-0. We're going to beat the shit out of these guys because that's what good teams do. And I think, it was kind of a trendy pick in the preseason, before the season started. Hey, the Patriots are probably going to go to the playoffs. Like, you look at their schedule, it's pretty favorable. But for guys like Vrabel and Harbaugh, like the regular, hey, come in, take a while to build your culture, it doesn't apply. Vrabel is a winner. Got like Harbaugh is a winner. I think you could just know, and obviously Drake May has taken a huge leap, but it was very easy to see once he got here, this guy's going to turn them around and he's going to do it very quickly.
Connor, even when they were losing, every single game that they were losing, you'd say Drake May's a guy.
Yeah.
Drake May's a guy. Yeah, we lost, but Drake May's a guy. Right now, it's all about Drake May surviving until next season. It's basically what you were saying last year about him. Has he gotten much better from last year? Or has this kind of been who Drake May has been?
Much better. I mean, without a doubt. And that's why a lot of the times on Monday, I like to talk about how good McDaniels is. Because without Josh McDaniels, I've seen it firsthand with Mac Jones. As soon as that really good offensive coach leaves, that quarterback has a massive drop-off. And it's the reverse situation here where the right coach comes in and it just completely catapults the team, the quarterback, everybody, the city, the region, the Revolution region, into a different stratosphere. Like, that is why it's so special. And that's the same to what Ty said. That's why I came in here feeling this way, because there isn't that lack of confidence in the team. Everything they say about, whether it's after the game about the win, amazing. Everything they say about the game that is coming up the next week is perfect. There really isn't too many flaws right now. And to Ty's point about the favorable schedule, it's like, yeah, great. We did have a favorable schedule. I didn't know if we were going to beat the Bills at Buffalo. I didn't know if we were going to beat Tampa at Tampa, but now we did. Now we're 8-2. And then when you're talking about the game tonight, it's like, oh, who's the keeper of the light? Oh, is it Larry Guy? No, it's Rob Gronkowski. With Gronk back, first of all,
good luck, Jets.
Gronk re-signing for a day and retiring a New England Patriot. I don't know if he knows how much that means to people in New England, but for me, that was huge. Like, I love you, Gronk. That is so cool. Julian Edelman did the entire Foxborough forever. He never left, but he did that once he was done, and that means a lot to people who are fans of the team. And for Gronk, he ended up going to Tampa with Brady to win another Super Bowl. You can't fault him for that, but for him to do this kind of just strictly for no reason aside from hey, New England just means more to me. New England is where I was kind of birthed as Gronk, the Gronk spike. He wasn't a top 10 pick. He wasn't a first-round pick. He became Gronk with Brady, of course, and that's why I went to Tampa, justifiably. And then him coming back just means a lot. Him lighting the lamp tonight, keeper of the light. I mean, again, 42-0. That's what it should be tonight, and that's what I expect it to be.
I mean, multiple times Gronk has said that he loves that area. I mean, they're going to trade him to another place. He said, I'll just retire. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Yep. And Tom had to talk him into going to Tampa. So him getting a chance to celebrate his time in New England, I thought was really cool.
Sweet.
And I think that is a great thing. Kraft also saying, maybe 2-day contract. Yeah. Maybe we get you on Thursday night, Drake May, Rob Gronkowski. I mean, Vrabel, Rob Gronkowski, that would be a great little pairing there to watch. And another thing about Gronk, just because I don't think he got a lot of national attention, a lot of people don't know. Obviously, he's Western New York, Buffalo guy. His final year of high school, he went to Woody High, which is in Pittsburgh, Woodland Hills. WOODY, Woody High. Great football team. That's where he graduated high school from. That's where Taylor's from. Jason Taylor's from. Many other greats have been through. You're talking about
your mother?
Yeah, Sally McAfee went through those hallways in that school.
Breston.
Stevie Breston, obviously a dog. In the Wolf Arena where they play at is like folklore in Pittsburgh. Like, he went there to play. He donated this past offseason, I think like $200,000, and then he got another company to match that $400,000 back to the school, which they certainly are very appreciative of that at Woody High. So it's like this dude he's certainly always Gronk. And as somebody who is very much me most of the time, there are certainly people that don't like the way I operate literally every portion of my life. I'm assuming there's people that don't like Gronk, and certainly we've seen it on the internet and everything like it. Gronk is just seemingly always the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell his empathy with the things he chooses to do and what he doesn't choose to do. I'm a big fan of Rob Gronkowski. And when you talk about football, that guy's in the pantheon of best players of all time.
Yeah.
Unguardable, like actually unguardable. And he never changed. Like, he was never like too good for anything. They said he always worked his ass off. They talk about his football feel and his football IQ as if it's at a level that nobody else has ever had. He was he was the youngest guy on the NFL 100-year, top 100 players team. Just had a big ass jacket on. To the entire thing. It's like, Rob Gronkowski's special player, special person. The NFL was lucky to have him. I'm happy what happened with New England was happening as well.
Me too. And just to echo your sentiment about Woody High, I believe he also did the same thing for Boston College High School, BC High, which has produced very, very high Division I players. So he did that entire weight room thing. And to your point about the Pantheon, like, I'm so glad that he retired a Patriot so that now I can come on here and say, without a doubt, I love Kelsey. I get it. Rob Gronkowski's the greatest tight end in the history of football. No question. Yeah, like without you really can't even argue it when you truly look at football
People
as a whole.
say Tony Gonzalez, they played longer. So the thing is, these people all played longer, right? Like that's kind of in durability and duration of your career is certainly a big deal. Everybody talks about Barry Sanders retiring early, still making the Hall of Fame. Calvin Johnson as well, still had a lot of years left, still made the Hall of Fame. Those are special outliers. Normally, whenever they're talking about the greatest, long careers is what everybody talks about. Gronk, with how big, athletic, strong, everything that he was, had some back stuff coming into the league, played a lot of football, dominated a lot of football, and then kind of goes out on his own terms. That's the only thing you can really hold against Gronk, whatever you're in that conversation, is that he didn't play as long as everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when you could not stop him. You just couldn't. Like when he was in his prime, he was literally unstoppable. And that is that is a big part of it, durability and all that kind of stuff. But he played the way he played, and that was so great. Like it was kind of inevitable. And like they changed the rule, didn't they? Because of like ways that he was getting hit going across the middle, going low, and I think he like that kind of started maybe some of the knee or ankle problems
He's a left
he had.
tackle out there.
Exactly, and he was running up 4.5, 4.6, like
and he could block.
And that's the big part. I think that people who remember him and watch him obviously remember that, but a lot of the highlights we see now are just this type of stuff where it's the run after the catch and him being untackleable, but. He was a de facto like left or right tackle if they needed him to be, and he was one of the best in the NFL.
And that's why it's sweet like watching guys like Tucker Kraft, because that is who he reminds you of. And now Tyler Warren. Like you're seeing all these fullback stats coming out about Tyler Warren as well. And my favorite Gronk story is Gronk when he was doing the draft process. Bill O'Brien was running him through the process. Bill draws a play on the whiteboard, erases it, says, "Hey Rob, redraw the play. Tell me what you're supposed to do." And Rob just says, like, "I don't know what to do." And Bill O'Brien says, like, "Well, how are we supposed to draft you if you don't even know what play or what you're supposed to do on that play that I just showed you?" And he said, "I don't know, Bill. Just throw me the fucking ball and I'll make shit happen." and that is just the definition of Rob Gronkowski. Like
Didn't he say the meeting went terrible?
Yeah,
Rob said it went either very good or very terrible.
Yeah, and the one was with Bill O'Brien. The one with Bill Belichick, they bring them in there and they kind of take them through they take everybody through like a psychological almost day, and they just left Rob Gronkowski in a room. You leave the guys who are visiting in a room for an hour, 2 hours to see what they do, and Gronk just fell asleep. He's the only player to ever just fall asleep in a room, and then Belichick still was like, "Yeah, this guy. I mean, we have to get."
What was that? Goldman Sachs allegedly when they had a thing where every employee that became there became a millionaire, I think, because of how much money they had.
Yeah.
And one of the things whenever you're first trying to get a job is they would tell you like the interview is happening at like 6 a.m. or something, or 6:30 a.m. And they wouldn't meet with them until like 6 p.m. the next day.
Yes.
It was like, all right, let's just see who will sit their ass in this thing for 36 hours or whatever the case is. And it's like, that's a hilarious thing. The Patriots were doing that. Not a bad play.
Not at all.
But also, I don't know if I want my guy to like
just sit there.
Yeah, like what do I want him to do? I don't know what the right answer is. Sleeping, probably the right answer.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to go ahead and snooze here.
Maybe just like banging his head to the wall until you come back.
Working on pass sets.
Somebody taking that time to draw up plays. Because you're being watched. Like, how do assholes act in that thing? I don't know maybe on their phone. I have no idea what you would do. Let's go to one half of the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us live from Manatee, Ohio is college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, AJ Hawk.
Yeah,
Hawker, what would you do if you were left in a room for 2 hours on one of the visits there? I didn't even think of that being a thing.
Yeah, I think I would naturally fall asleep. That Gronk, I give him credit for really trusting his body, taking care of his temple. That's why I would tell the coaches, coach, recovery. I'm rest and recovery. You guys running me around all these meetings all over the place. I'm still in college. I don't know. I mean, you probably have some hardos like act like they're doing push-ups or something. The coach walks in and he says, 226, 227, like acting. I mean, maybe guys have done that. I'm not really sure how to respond.
Hey, we were pumped to see Gronk retire as a New England Patriot. I was oddly pumped to watch it all kind of go down, mostly because I enjoy watching Gronk get like flowers. Strictly because Tom Brady's talked about as the GOAT, Bill Belichick, obviously, and there's a lot of great players on that team. There's one guy that was there that just, best of all time, potentially. Just football as a whole, and Rob Gronkowski, and his natural energy about him is not like, whoa, look at me, let's have a celebration for me and everything. I want to have a good time. Basically is Rob Gronkowski's mindset. His vibes in the locker room had to be You're talking about maybe one of the greatest glue guys of all time if his vibes are always, let's have a good time. So them going out of their way to celebrate him, I enjoy that for Rob Gronkowski, if that makes sense, AJ Hawk.
No, I think they should, and he had great answers when they talked about building him a statue. Whatever he said, put me a small one in the back of the end zone because Tom's the only one that deserves a statue. Yeah, he is. I mean, when you run those highlights, we forget how dominant this dude was. You can argue whether he's the greatest of all time, whatever. I don't know if anyone's ever had as big an impact when he was in the game as Rob Gronkowski does as a tight end.
Yeah, that might be the kicker because the argument of greatest of all time, you're never going to get to an answer. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's more Shaquille O'Neal. Like he is the most dominant player at tight end
this play
in the history
right
of football.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the catch was absurd. Then after the catch was insane. And then, he has the feet of a shorebird somehow.
Yeah.
And he's the size of a Clydesdale. And his stiff arm is lethal. And I saw him just take people to the stands.
Oh, yeah.
Literally against us. Took a guy to the stands.
Just because he pissed him off.
A year prior.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has a spite, too, which is obviously incredible. Yeah, great player. Joining us now is a man who probably has an opinion or two about Rob Gronkowski and this New England Patriots team that feels a lot like the old New England Patriots team. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl champion, our coach, Coach Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, Coach.
How you doing,
All right,
Coach?
good afternoon, man. Doing great. How you doing today, Pat?
I like what's going on there. What do you got behind? Is that me? I think I see me. Is that me up there?
You're going back to the Berg, yes. I thought we'd let's jump right into this thing here. We got
get right in.
Yeah, I'll make it a little bigger for you. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
It's all right.
You see that thing?
Yeah, I see that thing. Is that me? I see Permanis there. I see
Permanis, yeah. You know, every time I get on the show, Connor and Ty, all you guys are always talking about odds and everything. So I was just trying to fit in. And I thought, well, what the hell could I come up with? And I thought, well, what are the odds that Pat's going to be at Permanis after midnight? So we put that out there, and you're 2-1 favorite. They're getting ready to take off. And I just thought we would recognize you and going back to Pittsburgh, because I know how fired up you got to be, and you definitely got to hit Permanis when you get back to the Berg.
Yeah, I certainly will, especially down there in the Strip. Whenever Nick got married, we stayed in the Strip. We did a couple laps around there, for the nostalgia days. Yeah, we used to be roaming those particular alleys there at certain times of the night. There was certain situations. But it always felt as if you got a Permani sandwich. They got great pizza as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever talks about their pizza. Their pizza is phenomenal. It's an Italian thing. It's in Pittsburgh. The pizza's going to be great. But you have that 2:30, 3 a.m., Coach. It was funny how you all of a sudden just came back to life and felt amazing and went to bed. It was kind of like a nightcap there at Permanis, and I appreciate the fact that you understand that city. You went back a couple weeks ago. Was that your first time back? Long time? Because it felt like you got a little bit of a parade there as well.
No, I try to get back here about every 6-7 weeks now. In my off year for sure. But yeah, definitely. I mean, Permanis for me was many decades ago, and really the history of the place. My understanding, it really opened up because of the trucking industry down there at the Strip District and the produce yards back in the day, and then became a spot for after hours eating. And then obviously they've done a phenomenal job since then with their expansion. But a lot of great memories down there at the Strip.
Well, everything's on the sandwich because we don't have a lot of time. Okay, we don't have time to eat the side alongside the sandwich. Allegedly, it was all placed onto the sandwich with French fries, coleslaw, everything on top of the sandwich. So it was just one quick meal as opposed to everything on the outside, which I think is great indicative for what Pittsburgh is. Hard-working town. Hey, hard-working town. Football town. I think this weekend's going to be epic. And, thank you for giving me a little love there. I think that's a fatter version of me, you guys. I think that's a fatter version of me. Yeah, Coach. I think.
No. Obviously we blew it up because we wanted to make sure we highlighted part of the picture. So, that's not the scale.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing that. All right, let's talk some ball, shall we? Tonight, AFC East, Jets taking on the Patriots. We just got done talking about the glory days of the Patriots with Rob Gronkowski. What are your thoughts whenever I say his name? And obviously, he was the youngest player on the top 100 team for the 100-year NFL anniversary. What do you think it says about Rob, and what are your thoughts on him as a player?
I mean, dominant player, you've already stated, but when I think of Rob Gronkowski, let's just go back to Pittsburgh. I remember the first time I heard about Rob when he was at Woodland Hills High School coming out, and I think he went out there to University of Arizona. So I think he, and I know my time in the NFL, is by far the most dominant and a pure Y tight end. I mean, the way he played, on the line of scrimmage, and and just New England in their heyday with the 12 personnel, he was just always such a force, and just the connection that him and Tom Brady had was probably as good as there's ever played the game as far as tight end and quarterback connection. And you watch these guys go through their career. Obviously, a great player in New England, but there's a play that stands out to me. I was coaching the Cowboys, and we were playing Tampa down there in Tampa, and there was a play down by the red zone where Tom just came right back, I think, on his third step and just frickin' ripped it. And we practiced it all week, and the timing and precision of him throwing to Gronk, the timing of it, because his catching radius, and AJ could attest to defending this, it's ridiculous. So he's just a guy that was always open, and and that's the connection that they had. And I really like the point that you made, because it doesn't go. It doesn't get talked about enough. He was a dominant run blocker. I mean, he was a dominant player at the line of scrimmage, and you see the highlights of him catching touchdowns, running people over. But he did it. He did it on first, second, third down, all the way through, and was a phenomenal red zone threat.
I don't like that he's the keeper of the light tonight if I'm the New York Jets. Let's talk about the game. It feels like Drake May and Mike Vrabel are going to be special for the next 20 years. Josh McDaniels has come out and said, I like being with Drake. My family likes being here. Head coaching thing's sweet, but I'm in a good spot here. Drake's 23 years old. This could literally go on for 2 more decades if they play their cards right, which we assume they will. What are your thoughts on this current New England Patriots team? And does it remind you of the last Patriots team, or kind of how do you view this particular squad?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't think you could. The similarities are definitely just jump out at you for sure. To be sitting there at 8-2, super impressive. I think giving credit to Mike Vrabel and also the personnel department there. They got young guys that are playing right now and playing at a high level. So and I think that's even more exciting to me as I watch them, because they're 8-2, but there's definitely a lot of growth. You start with the offensive line, because the line is always, when I'm looking at this type of a matchup, you start with the with the offensive defensive lines, and I think both the Jets and the Patriots have committed resources to their O lines, and definitely will benefit from it moving forward. But Drake's playing at a high level, but there's there's definitely still things that he's only going to get better at. And I think the fact that the point you made about Josh being there, if you can keep the quarterback in the same system, I just know personally from working, watching Joe Montana go through, his whole career in the same system, Brett Favre and Rodgers, and it was really a decision that we made in Dallas to keep Dak in the same type of system and so forth. So that continuity for him will pay huge dividends, and they're off to a great start. Really love what they're doing on offense, and I think clearly defense is the strength of the football team. And and I like the way Mike's built this thing, because when you look at the way they play, the way they're built, when you're top 5, top 10 right out of the gate in year one, and both running the football and stopping the run, that plays well for for playoff football, and puts you in that championship formula of how you want to play, especially up there in New England. So really like everything I've seen the last couple of days on these guys, and definitely there's room for improvement. You look at some of their negative plays, ball on the ground and so forth, but when you play the Patriots, over these last decades, they're going to fundamentally sound, always good tackling team, very matchup conscious. I think Josh does a great job schematically, week to week challenging you. And I think for a young quarterback, you're always able to give him key throws early in games. You see some of them big play action gains that they're hitting early. I think that's a real tribute to the way they approach the game, and it definitely helps them get going, because they play out. They get out in front. That defense is real.
Yeah, the defense is real. Let's talk about Vrabel, and we just assume that his defense is going to be good with Mike Vrabel. How do other coaches view Mike Vrabel? Because obviously he gets fired from Tennessee out of nowhere. We're all kind of taken back. He goes to Cleveland on a year as like a consultant. That's where he's from. And then the New England Patriots job opens up, and every New England Patriot fan was like, yup. And it sounds like Vrabel was like, yup. Because whenever he went into the Hall of Fame up there, he said, there's nothing like this place. It is special. You need to know that. Feels like he's back at home in the right spot. How do you guys view him as a coach? That's a good football coach, right? That's just kind of how everybody views him. Is that how you guys talk about him in the coaching world?
Definitely. I'm just how I view him. I think he's an excellent coach, and things I've always looked for, whether you're competing against another coach as a coordinator, as a head coach, the consistency. He definitely has been consistent in the play style that he demands from his football team, both in Tennessee and New England. It starts in the run game. We all want to run the ball good. We all want to stop the run. And he's done that in both places. So I think the way, the identity and how the team's built, the personnel is definitely reflecting that. So, the personnel department and coaching staff are clearly on the same page. But I think he's definitely playing to the climate of the Northeast and I think all those things are important. You look at Drake May, he is built for New England football. It's, something we always talked about a lot, and it's something I truly believe in. When you have Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, long arms, big hands, you want your guy to be spinning it better than the other guy come December and January in those big games.
Yeah, and Drake can run his ass off, too.
Yeah.
He led UNC Tar Heels in rushing and passing, obviously, I think his sophomore year, whenever he was there. He didn't win the Heisman, but, that's because UNC was...
won 6 games.
Yeah, their ass. But he's been special a long time. And then, obviously, on the other side, go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Coach, what about their opponent tonight? They're playing the Jets, and we got guys like Boston Connor saying that the Patriots are going to win 42-0.
They will.
I think he actually believes it. He's saying that will happen tonight. I guess, what's your outlook on the Jets this year and obviously moving forward? They traded some very, very key pieces away at the deadline. But what's, I guess, the rest of this season look like for the Jets, you think?
Well, I think, number one, the Jets are in year one, and I know also New England is too, but I think the Jets have more going on. But I start with their offensive line. I do like the way their young guys are playing, and I think it's going to be, a good line moving forward, especially starting with those 2 bookend tackles. So, so they're trying to do it the right way. Breece Hall I think he's a dynamic runner, so they definitely have something to build off of too. So, I'm not sure if you guys, I don't know who's going to play quarterback tonight. So you have that going on. I think it's a team that's learning how to win. They've won their last 2 games, and obviously the return game was huge last week for them in getting that victory. So I just see a team that's still going through some, mechanics and things like you'd like to maybe experience more in the beginning of the year. Obviously they lost, Quentin Williams at the trade deadline, so that's definitely a force in the middle of your defense. So. Just they have a lot going on. I made the mistake of talking to Connor this morning, and so I'm feeling the pressure to pick New England with the points. I do like New England games. But, I'm going to say it. We say it every week. Division games. That's a lot of points.
Don't screw this up, Coach.
All right. Oh, shit. Okay, I'll take that. I'm going to take the points with the Patriots.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you were to be picking Thursday night football games, and obviously we missed one, you'd be 6-3. This guy's good. 75% hit rate is not a bad thing. That's a beautiful thing. And Coach likes the Patriots in the points, but he was accosted this morning.
Well,
by Connor on a phone call. Is that how you would describe it there, Coach? I would. I was there.
Brutal. Yeah, just brutal. I was just checking in and make sure we're good to go. And, we talked about the Patriots, I think, probably 90% of the conversation.
Yeah, and I made some
I wanted to talk about Pack going to Pittsburgh. All I heard about was the Patriots.
Well, listen, that's been talked about too much, That's been talked about too much. The Patriots tonight kicking off Week 11. I think it's a primetime opportunity for this new Patriots team to say hello, too. That's how I'm viewing this. Legitimately, I think a lot of we know it more, I think, personally, because we got Connor. I think we, as a show, potentially have talked about it a little bit more. Nationally, I don't think everybody fully understands. I think they see the record, and they're like, wow, that's a good football team. Then you watch them, it's like, you see Drake, it's like, I can't believe this is his second year. Mm-hmm. And he's 23 years old. And then Vrabel's coaching in between plays, literally in between plays. He's coaching a very young team. It's like they seemingly have a lot of upside still, and they're a great football team.
Well, and that's why I like the kind of showing everybody everything will be great is because Drake May is the one that does steal all the headlines. Naturally, he's the quarterback. But when you watch the defense play, they punish people. I'm not kidding. Everybody needs to watch Bob Spillane tonight. You need to watch number 14 on defense. He tackles so hard. It is the greatest thing every time watching the Patriots. And the greatest thing is watching Drake May. Let me say that.
Okay,
aside from Drake May, watching Bob Spillane fly around that football field with an all-black visor with his sleeves and just screaming through holes is and not to mention when Milton Williams gets in the backfield and makes a play. Christian Barmore is celebrating before the tackle's made. When Christian Barmore gets in the backfield and makes a play, Milton Williams is already celebrating. It's one of the most fun brands of football. If there was a bet out there for the New York Football Jets to finish with total negative yards, I would take it because of how great this defense is.
Listen to what he's saying, Coach. 42.
Oh, my God. This is unbelievable.
I know. People are watching. Football gods are watching this right now, and there's a chance that all of it happens from what we've seen from the New England Patriots. All right, let's talk about some different stuff happening around the NFL.
Wait a minute, I want to change my bet. That marketing campaign's making me nervous. I mean,
go ahead.
It's still just a football game.
Yeah, you're right.
Take
the point.
I'm going to be a good teammate here, Connor, but it's one game. It's on a short week. It's a division game. That's a lot of points.
A lot of points for a division game.
I like everything that's been said about New England, but it's still pro football, and I think we all get caught up in the feel good stuff and all the good stories and so forth. But it's the ultimate team game. It's still 11-on-11. It's so damn hard to win a football game in the National Football League. That will never change.
I don't believe it. I'm told they should win by 12.5 points, Coach. That's what I'm being told.
Yeah, no, I picked it. I picked it.
Don't back down, now, Coach.
You win by 2 touchdowns. You win by 2 scores in this league. You've had a hell of a day. You've had some things go your way too. So, but it's difficult to win in this league.
Okay, difficult to win this league. You have done a good job of winning when picking Thursday night games. If you were to be picking Thursday night games, so we're certainly excited about that. But to your point, New York Jets are a professional football team.
Mm-hmm.
There's 11 guys.
They got good players. Yeah, they have some good young players.
These guys, best football players you've ever met in your entire life, are lined up on the New York Jets. Your friend that you know from high school that was really good at football, and then he played in college, really good at football. Yeah, these guys, all of them, 10 times better than your friend that you saw at football playing for the New York Jets tonight. Okay, so if they're able to piece everything together, they can beat anybody. And that's probably the messaging and the thought of what they can become over there with Aaron Glenn. But I just think tonight is a showcase night for the New England Patriots and who they're going to be for the next 20 years maybe, which is...
Gives me chills, man. I mean, I'm legit.
Yeah, but what do we do? What did we do?
Cool.
Hey,
I was in Pittsburgh growing up watching this shit. Then I come and play for the Colts and still here in the Colts, and it's just always been, seemingly.
But you have also greatness on the horizon. Let's not act like the Colts aren't the 1 seed, and Danny Dimes is not 28, and Jonathan Taylor is not 26, and Quentin Nelson is also not in his 30s. Or wait, he might be 30, actually. Whatever, you get it. The Colts are also in a prime position. If anything, and I hate to do this to the guy, but we need to kind of direct our attention at how shitty the Steelers are looking down the barrel.
Whoa. Now they got a lot of ideas.
Oh, I can't wait.
AP Tone has a question for you, actually. I don't know why he did that, Coach. I don't know why he did. Game day's going to Pittsburgh. I don't know what
we're doing.
Hey, it's because we're back, baby. That's it, all right? Look, I just spent time in Echo Company, okay, and their nickname's the Evil Empire. What's New England called back in the day? The Evil Empire. If you need a sign as to whether they're back or not, that's it, motherfucker. And also, great. Yeah, I know the Steelers and Colts and Broncos and Patriots. Like, we are looking at the old school kind of times in the AFC. And I don't think the Steelers are going anywhere. Just want to clarify that. I just want to shit talk Tony for a second there. But
it's good part of the game.
There are a lot of good teams, but there's legitimately no team primed for the next 20 years better than New England. And I only say 20 years because Andy Reid's 70. He might coach till he's 95.
Yeah, you're right.
And
Patrick Mahomes might play till he's 50.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then I might eat poop. But right now, I can say that with confidence.
Okay, let's move off of the New England Patriots and New York Jets tonight. A lot has been said, and obviously it's all great analysis. And it needs to be said, especially in sports conversations. Let's talk about some other NFL storylines. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Coach, while we're talking about young and talented, we had some unfortunate injuries to young and talented rookies over this last week. Obviously, Travis Hunter of the Jags with a knee injury. Not a good situation there. And then Jackson Dart with a concussion with the New York Giants. How would you handle those situations? Because there's been a lot of talk about it. One with Jackson Dart and running the football and not getting down and taking a bunch of hits. And then Travis Hunter, the whole story the whole time has been, can he play both ways? What are your thoughts on those two situations?
Well, I think, number one, they're two separate situations. But, in the realm that we're talking about it, I think, risk assessment is something that you're thinking about all the time as a head coach. How their practice, the integration of going from a backup player to a full-time player, playing both sides of the ball, the reps, the wear and tear. I think GPS has been a tremendous tool that's been used. I know we started using it, back in the 2010, 2011. So I think it just, being smart in every player is a little different too. So I think you got to look at all those things, because you're talking about two young men that should have, great careers in the National Football League. And, injuries are a big part that can set back, especially a quarterback. You look at the number, I saw a stat, being viewed, 5-6 times, and never how many games he's played. That would be concerning for sure. So, I mean, you risk assess, and it happens to, every quarterback. I mean, quarterback, pay scale. When you start paying a quarterback, $5 million to $60 million, you need to have a conversation. Those are things I don't think you don't run your quarterback, but I think you can be more selective when you run them too. So I think that's a constant thought process that really probably it's not talked about outside the walls of a coaching staff, or outside the walls of a GM, head coach, owner, relationship, but you have to. I mean, it's the business side of it is real. But these young men are going to play a long time, and you don't want to see massive setbacks when they're just getting started. So I think you're always looking at how you can integrate, how you can you best utilize these guys and let them get going too. Because the thing that I've always been amazed with, when you look at a young player, he gets ready for his senior year or his last year in college. So all the training goes into leading up to his senior year. He has a great senior year. So obviously excited about the opportunity potentially going to the NFL. Then he's got to go train for the draft.
Bowl game.
A whole different thing. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Senior Bowl, also whatever.
Yeah, that whole gauntlet, and then boom, he gets drafted and selected. So then he goes into an NFL situation, and now the training's different and so forth. I mean, it's clearly the longest year and a half of their life, and the toll that it takes, both physically, mentally and emotionally. I mean, you have to factor those things in. I think that I've always looked for the jump that players would make from year one to year two. A lot of it's just naturally because year one is so damn hard, transitioning from college to pro football. So, all those things are elements you got to be in tune with, which everybody is. I'm not saying they're not, but it's a grind. And when you've got promising young players, the risk assessment is very important.
I mean, just to echo your sentiment even more, because I've talked about this a lot, because the rookie wall is a thing that is real, that happens about right now in a season, because there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and we're really far into this thing. You talk about the last year of college, they started spring ball there. Okay, we started spring ball, let alone the winter workouts that are the worst part of it all in college. But let's just say spring workouts there. Then you got summer leading into training camp. Those workouts are impossible. Then you have training camp, full training camp. Then you have full season. Then you have one of those bowl games. Then you have to work out for your pro day. Okay, so then after your pro day, then you got combine happening in there. Then for the workouts, you got to travel around, go meet everybody, hopefully, still work out. Then draft happens. Then you got rookie mini camp. Then you got spring camp or whatever. Then you got summer for a couple weeks. And then you got training camp. Then you have your longest season of your life, where you've never played this many games. You got 17 games, and oh yeah, you're a rookie. So all the preseason games too, you're playing in those as well. 3 games there, then 17 there. And then if your team's good, okay, we got another potential 4 at the end of that. So it's like that rookie year, to your point, if you survive it, I think that offseason, the next one, you can really jump mentally, I think, because you're fresh, but also body gets a new feeling. It's the fact that you're thinking about that as a coach, I love to hear that. Legitimately, I love to hear that, because everybody has to go through it, but it does suck for everybody, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And frankly, then once they get through all that, if you just look at the situations that occur, in February, March, and April, after if you look at the rookies that go through that year, some of those guys, may get in a little trouble, maybe go to a party or two too much, maybe hang out at Permanis too long. But they should. After the damn year they've been through. So no, it's a cycle. There's a lot of data there you got to pay attention to it. And so when you see young guys getting hurt, it's just, I know it's just something that you're always thinking about, because a head coach, to me, the 32 head coaches in the league that they get to compete on Sundays, but I always felt the biggest competition is how do you train your team? How do you schedule your team? Are you having those conversations? And just being in tune with each guy, and risk assessment of how you utilize them is is definitely part of those conversations.
Yeah, you know, you got some pretty deep stuff coming out of that Yinzer mouth, and it is wonderful to hear. We certainly appreciate it. How many years coaching in the NFL were you?
1993. So, but
32
to 19 and not in this year. So 32, 33, whatever it takes. Little Michael Keaton for you.
Yinzer Leggin. Let's talk about a couple more teams. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, I believe you were at Lambeau for Monday Night Football, and I think going into that game, a lot of people kind of assumed that there was a good chance it was going to be a defensive battle. Obviously, we saw how the game ended. Looking at both those teams as a whole, how do you feel about Philly? And then for the Packers, a lot of the chatter has been, hey, like this team needs to fix the offense and they need to do it right now because they're wasting a potential, generational run from this defense. So how do you feel about both those teams? And if you were the head coach, how would you fix this Packers offense?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, I thought the game was kind of went the way we all anticipated. I mean, it was definitely a defensive struggle. Both defenses made both offenses struggle. And I'll say this about the Packers. I've been able to see them play live now, 4 times, 3 at Lambeau and 1 over there in Pittsburgh, and have been very, very impressed with them. I mean, their defense in all 4 contests, very consistent. I mean, their energy and the level that they play, I think is really bodes well, especially with November, December football in front. And in offenses over the course of the year, I mean, this is the way these things go. And I thought the injury to Jenkins was definitely factored in the second half. I mean, when you lose your center, that's usually not an easy situation to overcome. They do have really good depth in the offensive line, so I think they'll move ahead accordingly. But that was a hard fought football game. You could see early. I thought the referees really let them play. You can see it really on the first series. So I mean, the in-line combat that was going on was I have no problem with it, but I just thought they really let them play, and I think you saw 2 playoff teams slug it out, and but at the end of the day, it was a 3-point game.
You saying I got no problem? They weren't calling a lot in there. There was like, listen, they're playing football. Is what you just said. I got no problem with it. But on that note, abnormal seemingly how loose it was in the trenches. Is that what you were just saying right there?
No, I just thought the post snap. That's really. I thought it had definitely some, looked a little bit like a playoff game. There's some things obviously you're always trying to clean up, but I think I felt Monday when I walked out of the stadium that I just saw 2 playoff teams slug it out. And Philadelphia made a couple more plays more than Green Bay. So I mean, I thought the time of possession, Philadelphia was able to hold the ball a little longer, but I thought frankly I just kept waiting for Green Bay to put that drive together because Vic does a good job keeping a lid on it.
Ty said,
and the 2 shout,
we're all still waiting, is what Ty said. We're all still waiting for that drive to get put together. They almost had that field goal though.
Yeah, very close.
It was this close.
Yeah,
that's for the first one.
I think.
You talking about the one he missed? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And I'll say this: I don't know what the wind ended up being, but it looked like the wind kicked up there in the second half. So. That always can be a factor.
How'd you feel about how that was all handled at the end of that game? How'd you feel about that? The 64-yarder. Oh, McManus, OG in the game. We can steal one. The refs aren't stopping us from snapping this. Maybe catch a little extra swing, catch the second one as a mulligan if need be. They find out he's a little bit short. Great gamesmanship out of McManus and the crew here. He ends up going a little bit short. LaFleur says, that was the best ball I've seen him hit in weeks. He was short. We need to get a couple more yards. Send the offense back out there. Offense, obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles defense, because we know we just saw it too, dude. Yeah, we know what you're trying to do here. Not going to be able to throw this thing quick out. You only got 5 seconds to handle this whole thing. Then they send him back out. Massive miss. Packers fans say, why did we stay awake for this?
Yeah.
Why did we stay awake for this? That's where Packers fans are right now, Coach. I know you're probably surrounded by them up in Green Bay, but Packers fans not the most optimistic. It was a 3-point game against Super Bowl champions. I think everybody thinks that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be back in the hunt whenever the season ends. 3-point loss to your point, but I don't think that's how Packers fans feel. I don't think that's how they feel at all. And what do you think that is? Do you think that's because fans naturally react to the last thing that they saw, or do you think fans potentially see what maybe isn't on the team for whenever the games truly matter at the end of the year? What are your thoughts on that all?
I think it's a week to week, thing that you're dealing with fans, and definitely, yeah, they're going to react to the outcome. But yeah, I think once again, it was a 3-point game. There's definitely plays in the game that could have went the either way, either way that could have affected that game. So, and that's what playoff football is. I mean, 96% of the playoff games I know in the last 5 years have come down to the last series. So, I like games like that. Now, you want to win them. I know Connor thinks his team's going to win by 40 tonight, but you really benefit
42.
from tight games in November, December, because that's what really gets you ready for playoff football. I know, and AJ can attest to this, when we were really on a roll, I would get nervous with the blowout wins. They're fun. It's an easier ride home. You feel better in the morning. The guys everybody's in there by 6 o'clock working out and everything. So there's so much great off the positive energy, but you need tight ball games because that's the game you're going to be in come playoff time. If you want to win a championship, you do want the experience of those tight games. So there is value for the Packers to come up and play that type of game. I really believe that, and I do. I thought they were not as in sync in the second half with the injury, and I could be wrong, but they had more. I think they had more first downs in Philadelphia. I know Philly was able to keep the ball to third downs and things like that. So you can cut through that game as much as you want, and you could find one or two plays that could have changed the outcome of that game. Clearly, I mean the fumble, took points off the board. The Green Bay's fumble with Love. So I mean, and that's what those games come down to. So. But yeah, post snap now they let them play. They definitely let them play, and I always hope that it's that way when you play in the postseason. So there's a lot of value to playing those kind of games.
Yeah, the Colts get a huge win this weekend in Germany over the Falcons, and I saw some people saying like it's the Falcons. Like I don't care.
Yeah,
Falcons played great. That was a huge win. That was a huge win for the Indianapolis Colts. We needed that after the Pittsburgh Steelers game. But you talk about those close games. It was like fun to watch this team scrap. Fun to watch this team get into the overtime and make big plays whenever they need it, like that ball right there from Danny Dimes. I don't mind, watching a 9:30 game whenever your team's winning. Mm-hmm. That was a great morning.
Yeah.
God, it set up a perfect NFL Sunday. Mm-hmm. I mean, you just kind of, how are we doing? Great.
Yeah, we're good. We're done.
We won.
Game's over.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but your point there, Pat, is they responded from the week before. So I mean, those are the things that create a lot of value. And I think you always talk about stacking success and the confidence you're trying to build, particularly November, December into the playoffs. That's a great win for Indianapolis because, yeah, they had a hard day, in the last time they were on the field, and then they respond. And I think the resilience and the response that you're going to have in just the 4 quarters of a playoff game, this is all training that pays forward, in my opinion.
That's right. I couldn't agree with you more. Number 1 team in the AFC. Now, you talked about value to your team as you go forward. Let's talk about the most valuable, shall we? Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Coach, and just to clarify, I don't care if we win 3-0 or 30-0. I just want everybody to not get hurt and kind of stay healthy and keep this train rolling. Strictly just need to get that 8 to a 9 in the win column. But looking at the MVPs, there are some big names on here. Drake May, we've talked about already, but Stafford, Jonathan Taylor, Mahomes, and Allen still bringing it. Darnold up there. Jared Goff seems to be a little too low just looking at that list. But what do you think about the MVP odds? And we actually looked into something before the show, too, just about MVPs. The last MVP, yeah, here it is. MVPs won the Super Bowl since 2000. Patrick Mahomes is the only one. So it's not as if you win the MVP, you just automatically win the Super Bowl. But what do you think about the MVP list this year so far?
I like it. I just, if you don't know if you could put the list back up, but I thought Jared Goff was low, and I think he's been low for the last 3 years. I think this guy's been playing at an incredible level, and I think last week's game against Washington speaks volumes. I mean, because now you're going to give him a 250-yard performance in a run game and add his plate to it. So I think he's playing at an extremely high level. I think clearly, and he's done it now. And and I think we just kind of I don't know if we're taking him for granted. I don't think he gets enough love, and I definitely have him higher. Love Drake May, that's up there. and it looks like you're in charge of the
No,
the odds.
no.
But I think it's cool that he's up there and speaks volumes kind of year he's having, and I think it's already been said, and there's definitely room for improvement with those guys too. So that is exciting for New England and Drake May. But I think Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff, clearly those guys and with Drake have established themselves as a quarterback. But the guy I want to throw in, and AJ could talk on Adrian Peterson. I mean, to see a running back up there is refreshing, because when you have a season like Jonathan Taylor is having, and I always go back when, like, Gronkowski, when's the first time you remember watching Robert Gronkowski play? I've been to 2 college football games in the last 35 years, and I went to the Iowa-Wisconsin football game down there in Madison in 2019.
Oh, yeah.
And was excited to see him play. He was having a Heisman-type season and so forth, and it was just how you think a Iowa-Wisconsin game would go. It was tough, a lot of running and so forth, and I remember after the game, and Taylor is like, man, boy, what a consistent, tough, hard-nosed runner. And I think he carried it about 30 times, but I would have never thought he went for 250 or 260 that day, because so my point is, he's that good. I mean, when great players just kind of they play at that level, all the time. And I don't recall what year Jonathan's in. It was year 5 or 6 or 7 now, but
6.
Six. I mean, he's been playing it
Young.
when he's healthy. I mean, he is a dynamic player, because, I mean, he just does it play in and play out, and then he also can hit that home run. So I think he's definitely having an MVC. It kind of reminds me of Adrian Peterson when he was really rolling for the Vikings.
It's his 5th season for Jonathan Taylor. I'm sorry. Go ahead, AJ.
No, sorry, Coach. I wanted to reiterate, the Adrian Peterson situation. I was lucky enough to play against Adrian twice a year for, 7, 8 years in a row when I was in Green Bay. But it's true, like when a dude is rolling like these guys are, like Adrian was forever, and like Jonathan Taylor has been, like, I don't know, all week you're preparing for it, and then if you go there, especially on the road, and this dude, like, it almost sometimes felt inevitable. Like, all right, we got to keep boxing them in, and then when they break 1 or 2 of them, it's like, all right, the dude runs for 240 on you, and you're screwed. And it seems that these guys do it week after week, and it's just so tough, I think, for defenses to consistently stop guys that are this good.
It's a head game too, right? Huge head game, I assume, yeah.
I mean, think of the things you'd run off of it, Coach. Like when you have a running back like that that's rolling, like how does that open up your offense?
It adds a second to your play action protection game. That's what it does. I mean, because those safeties got to be at the line of scrimmage, and
you
you're
got to
really
suck them up too.
Mm-hmm.
You got to suck them up, don't you? Suck them up good, Coach. Suck them up. Suck them up with that play action. That's what we're trying to do, Coach. We're trying to suck them all up everywhere.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Right here, sucking them up right here. And then, boom, Jonathan Taylor. Linebackers, where are you? Within 2 yards of line of scrimmage? Well, Tyler Warren's right behind you. Wham.
Got the D.
How you doing? Keep it moving. We are weaponizing it. Yeah, we got the D sucked
Once
up.
you suck them up, you got the D, and it's blouses.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I didn't even think about it. And that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Jonathan Taylor adds. And I'll tell you what, we're going to have to pay him again. We don't need him with a hoodie on at the beginning of training camp.
No.
Okay, we need to pay this man his money, and we need to continue to enjoy the Jonathan Taylor ride. Now, you mentioned Jared Goff there about how much respect you have for him. A lot of people thought maybe the Lions would see a little bit of a regression on the offensive side because Ben Johnson, the bell of the ball, offensive genius, leaves Detroit and goes to Chicago. Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, I do, Coach. That's kind of been a talking point this week that Dan Campbell took over the play calling for offense coordinator John Morton. Obviously, you've been a play caller, head coach in the NFL for a long, long time. How do you feel about that situation as a whole when the head coach takes over the play calling for the offensive coordinator, and how does that work out?
I mean, obviously there's reasonings, from within the staff that they talk through, and then when you have the result that you have, you can't argue with it. But I think number one, it's never easy to change like that, particularly at that point in the season. I've experienced it once myself, so that part's tough. But but also you can see the potential benefit on the other side of it, because Washington not knowing that it was going to happen definitely helps Detroit in that particular instance. But Dan's an outstanding football coach. I love the way his teams play. Obviously saw something that he felt like he needed to do, got the results. And but most importantly, that connection between play caller and quarterback is for me is always the top of the list. And I think they clearly have that because I thought they looked dominant in that game against Washington.
What did I watch, Foxy, where I saw Dane Campbell drop a tear for Jared Goff? What was that? There was an interview where they talked to both of them, and Jared Goff talked about what Dane Campbell meant to him and what Dane Campbell talked about what Jared Goff meant to him. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I don't remember what you're talking about, but I will say this year, more so than ever, MCDC has given Jared Goff so much credit on what he does at the line of scrimmage with audibles and reading protections and all these things. MCDC has made it a point pretty much every single game. He's given Jared Goff so much credit for how good he is getting the guys right at the line of scrimmage.
I think it was Quarterback on Netflix. Jared Goff was being followed, and they had to sit down with Dan Campbell. And when the trade happened, Dan wanted to talk to him and tell him, hey, this isn't you're my guy. Told him that basically from the beginning. And I don't know if one of them got emotional, I remember.
I remember Goff getting emotional for sure.
Yes, they was a real, you could tell it was a real connection because both of them feel like they probably careers. We did this
and
thing
then the
together.
first win.
In a city, and then they cry after first. In a city that doesn't really have that a lot. That's a special connection, a special bond. I didn't even think about that whenever it came to him calling plays versus maybe somebody else.
And you got to keep in mind, in year one, they started out 0-10. They were 3-13-1. And I'll tell you what, Jared Goff was not good. Everyone thought he was a bridge quarterback. Everyone thought he was going to be out of there. We're going to draft someone. And MCDC stuck with him. And I know that means the world to him. And now, he did what Matthew Stafford can never do in 12 years in Detroit. He's winning us playoff games, which is just crazy. And we all
what's
love
the
it.
chant in Detroit?
It's literally at any sporting event you go to in Michigan, Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared Goff.
And remember, he got kicked out of L.A. basically in that trade that happened in a hotel in Mexico. That is just, it's a crazy thing to think about. And you talk about their records, the first year MCDC was there. Let's go back to a record, a good one. Coach McCarthy would be 6-3. Okay, if he was to be picking Thursday night football games, he has picked the Patriots minus 12.5. Even though, Coach, for a division game,
well,
too many points.
That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points.
Okay, yeah, it's a lot of points. No, I made the pick. I'll stick to it.
Yeah, and on that note, you're sticking to it. 58% of the public bets are on the Patriots minus 12.5. And in our YouTube chat, Bill ran one. Bill's wearing a toboggan and the whole thing today. He looks very interesting. He put a he put a poll in the chat. Who you got tonight? Patriots minus 12.5. 70% of the voters. So 58% of the public, 70% of the YouTube chat poll. Mike McCarthy, Boston Connor saying 42-0 maybe. All right, Coach. Good luck tonight. Hopefully that becomes a 7-3. And we appreciate the hell out of you taking time out of your life to chat with us.
I just want to ask a quick question. What is the numbers on the team with the points on Thursday Night Football? The team that gets the points. Did the team with the points win, 80, 90% of the games?
It's a lot of points.
We have that?
I know, not last week.
Early in the season, primetime games were being won by the underdogs. And then it's flipped as of late, but I think it's right around 50% right now as far as dogs and favorites.
Yeah, last week was a huge lopsided line. Raiders, Broncos, and the Raiders did end up covering. But, Coach, you put your head down on that pillow tonight and tell me that you're okay with taking the Jets plus 12 and a half.
Well, that's what I think the YouTube chat poll is. I think that's what the YouTube chat poll is. You either pick the Patriots with everything we've said for the last 2 hours, or you could take the Jets right here. Nobody. 30% of the people are good for them. Those are the sharps that feel. But from us, Coach McCarthy, we're going to wrap up here on ESPN and continue on digital. You got anything to say? You got the countdown clock right in front of you. Final message for the TV crowd?
The TV crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah. AJ, you did a great job today. I thought you'd give me some more questions.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
All right. Have fun. Yeah. So I'm not going this time, right on. Transfer over? No?
We're already over. We're still live. We're still live.
Yeah.
We're still live.
I didn't know what the hell was going on last week. I was like, what in the hell is he talking about?
This week you definitely did. You definitely knew what was
I was
going
like,
on.
am I supposed to say something here? Or what you totally screwed me up last week. All right.
All right. It's been football, Coach. We appreciate the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion.
Staying in my lane. Because I can see you're doing a hell of a job with those TV contracts. I ain't going to bring that up.
I'm trying, man. I have.
Yeah.
I would like to let the
Yeah,
world.
you and your suit friends.
I would like to let. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, I got to get out of here.
All right. Coach will be proud to know that I have, like a suit, sent some emails to both parties saying that ball is needed. More ball, good ball. 2 parties that are actually involved in it, not a website. Hey, let's remember.
Come on now.
Ball.
Some new news on that today.
Ball.
Yeah, it's ABC. ABC's the holdup. Apparently.
Really?
That would be a crazy turn of events, certainly with how the conversation has been going. But on that note, I think it's just a couple people that just need to. Yeah. We just need you to.
Yeah, basically said get comfy.
We just need
Get
to
comfy.
Yeah, hey, ball for the good of ball. For the good of ball. For the good of ball. Please. And on that, let's take a break.
Yeah.
On the other side, AJ Hawk and I will make our official picks. We'll wrap up all the sports stories from around the sports universe. We will celebrate the fact that, I just saw this for the first time. Like that.
Wow.
AJ, it's not because I beat you, but I am certainly, I'm on the positive side of things heading into a.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Big weekend.
You're seeing the field.
Did you take the Bucks? Oh no. Good call last week.
Yeah, I want to let you
What
know.
was
brother,
I thinking?
I think you got a good chance of, you know me, when I believe in a team, boy, I believe in them. Remember, I lost hundreds of thousands maybe on that Chiefs team.
Yeah.
Do you remember
That's
that?
for sure, brother.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, AJ. You remember those days when the Chiefs were winning all those games, but nowhere near by enough points? Do you remember that?
Yep, that makes it a little bit tougher now. That messes me up sometimes making picks these days.
Yeah, I rode with that Chiefs team. Because the Chiefs is still the Chiefs. And then I'd have to walk into the program on Monday and go, hey, they won. They still the Chiefs. But boy, feels like this sports book knows exactly what the number is supposed to be. So you don't win with the Chiefs. That's what it became. Because they weren't blowing teams out, but they were winning. And then lo and behold, when they were able to win those close games, they would inevitably win a Super Bowl. Because to Mike McCarthy's point, not every game can be a blowout, even if you're a great team. So like when your team wins, you should be happy. Like when the Colts beat the Falcons this past weekend, there were so many people that were like, it's the Falcons. It's like, we were in fucking Germany.
It's an international game.
McQuaid was there.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
Any more stats coming out of Germany for that game? Jonathan Taylor running for that many yards. Has that been talked about in the history of Europe, especially in the football sphere?
A big thing. They're saying it, lads, this is the greatest performance in the stadium since Jesse Owens won the gold medal in the Olympics in 1933. I mean, you go and you look at everything, lads. They're saying this might go down as the most important running in the history of the stadium. That's not what McQuaid's saying. That's not what I'm saying. There's just a lot of lads around Berlin, and in different European countries who are saying we haven't seen anything like that since
long time.
Long time since Jesse Owens was running on this very hallowed field. And Jonathan Taylor, lads, reached actually a higher top speed than Jesse Owens did on his 100-meter dash victory and whatever other medals he won.
Full pads.
In full pads, lads. Yeah, and I want to say that his spikes were actually very similar, if not the exact same spikes that Jesse Owens ran when he won the Olympics. I understand it doesn't make any sense because he was basically wearing just pieces of leather with like little golf tees on the bottom of them, lads. But the cleat technology, actually, I did do a little bit of a deep dive in this. Cleat technology actually has not come that far since those 1933 Olympic Games, lads. So it's unbelievable to think that basically Jonathan Taylor, he walked into the stadium, lads, and I haven't confirmed this. I will look into it. I will go back to Berlin this week. I'm obviously in Madrid this weekend for Commanders, Dolphins. I mean, I am the thank you. I am the international man of mystery, a la Austin Powers. But I will go back over there. Yeah, and I will see. There was a little display case right when you walk in the stadium. These are Jesse Owens cleats. These are unbelievable. Rumor has it.
No way.
Rumor has it. Shane Steichen walked in, fucking smashed the display case. Sorry, Dale. That was not planned, obviously. Sorry, lads. Smashed the display case. Took him right down. He said, JT, got a new pair of cleats for you today. And JT didn't even need to say anything. Didn't even say, like, no, I like my cleats a lot. I mean, I'm rushing for 3 touchdowns a game, 200-plus yards a game. He knew exactly what needed to be done. Took them, laced them up, and we saw what happened.
I didn't see those on the field.
Yeah, you'd have to maybe go back and look at the tape again, because obviously, we have these 8K images, things get enhanced. But if you're watching it on like a, potato or like a 720, 480.
Here we have like 1020 or 1080, I think.
Let me see. Yeah, you can see him. Yep, you can see him right there.
I don't think that's them, McQuaid.
No, I'm pretty sure that
you're saying this was the best running in this stadium. You said people were saying that, not you.
I didn't say that. I heard that from a lot of people from around, the surrounding area in the lower bowl. I believe they actually did paint the cleats blue before the games, lads, because obviously they didn't look like
USA.
that, back then.
I don't know. We're going to have to check that. But I do appreciate the fact that that's some of the greatest running in the history of Germany. I mean, that dude went crazy over there internationally.
Is it true that McQuaid is singing the national anthem in Spanish in Spain? I saw that on the internet, too.
That would be. Okay. Would we be surprised? No.
No.
That's kind of the way to look
Relieved.
at it. I just saw myself walk in, TV in the morning. They're doing a pregame routine on the TV. Maybe I have a coffee. It's nice. Kenzie probably, I'm telling her we're international. This is Spain. Go over there someday. And then McQuaid just pops up and goes, sorry, lads. And then just starts belting up.
Yeah.
Kills it.
That'd be a great Sunday morning.
If that's not the plan, it needs to be.
Learn it.
Yeah.
Goodell knows, though. He understands.
You think they've responded to the kickoff conversation that happened on Veterans Day?
That's a good question. I do wonder if they take that as like constructive
feedback.
feedback.
For comment?
We have not reached out for comment, but we do know that they heard it. Yeah, they definitely heard it. They definitely heard it. Thank you for sticking up, I believe was, I think it's like, hey, we had to save the play, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Are they even allowed to do that? I thought he was going to potentially get Cash Patel to look into the NFL. Are you allowed to change the game?
Still time.
Are you allowed to do that? That fundamentally changed the game. The ball's in the air, he said. Nobody's moving.
That's an interesting point, I guess, about it.
Yeah.
If the ball's in the air, there's always people moving, except for that time.
Not that the play has started. The ball's in the air. I'm seeing it. Nobody's. Is this a live play? What is this? This in football? Just him every time he watches it, probably just another thing he notices. And I did want to tell him, and I did, that, hey, none of us are saying, this is better than the.
Yeah, it's better than not having it. It's better than not having it.
Yes, this is supposed to save the play. This is saving, a lot of special teams importance to the game. And former punter and kickoff guy, and Jobs, we would like to keep that in there. But they were saying they were going to, what's the data? They're still running into each other, he's saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, he did. He did.
What a moment.
I would love to be a fly on the wall of wherever Josh Harris was when he just doubled down on the not Commanders.
Oh, with Josh?
When he was just there 2 days before in Josh Harris's suite.
I'm not even going to tell you what I was going to say. He said at one point.
What was that going to be? What was that going to be?
Who knows? Could go any different way.
Yeah.
Shout out to the vets.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out.
Yep. Absolutely.
That was cool that we got to do all that.
So cool.
Yeah. And I wonder if the VA gets a little bit of an uptick.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Hopefully.
All right. Let's take a break. On the other side, we'll make our picks and wrap up the sports storylines. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Take 5.
Young people all across this country, if you served in the military, we want you to know that when you get out of the military, no matter how long you serve, there are veterans benefits that you've earned. Make sure that you find out about those. They can help you get started with a new home. They can help you get started in business. They can send you to school or get vocational training. Look, this isn't about the old stuffy VA that you heard about from your relatives, your parents. This is about a VA that's focused on one thing and one thing only. That's our veteran. So you know that you're out there. We love you. We support you. This secretary wants you to know these benefits are for you. Don't let them for somebody else. They're there for you and the service that you did. You raised your right hand. Now let us raise our hand and serve you. Pat, y'all have a great day down there.
We're still bringing it. I light every bridge I see here just to watch it burn. If you've seen all the hell I've seen, it make your stomach turn. I think you know why I do what I do when I do. with 133 teams vying for one of these coveted 12 spots for this 12-team playoff. And it came down to 2 teams in the great state of Indiana kicking this entire thing off. The best year of college football that it's ever had is about to have the greatest playoff it's ever had. And it all starts right here in front of Touchdown Jesus and his beautiful Irish people. And I think if you say, go Irish, be Hoosiers, they'll do that all night. If you make this kick, I will double his kick to $500,000. I will also donate $250,000 to a charity of Chris Daly's choosing. Yeah, let it go.
Oh, God.
Not terrible. Not terrible. Proud of you. One kick, $750,000. The Lord is watching you. Man down. Man down.
That's all right.
$1 million. And there's a bunch of that have been jaded. There's a lot of them.
We don't just beat top 25 teams, we beat the shit out of them.
Okay. Google here.
But one thing you didn't learn from me is talking all the shit you talk.
Welcome to the most electrifying atmosphere in all of sport. I know European soccer fans are wild. That's like 30 to 60,000. You're about to see all weekend 100,000 plus bananas atmosphere, and that is one part of the reason why college ball is so damn great. Why are the Gronk here?
Is this not a fun show? No. Serious show? Serious football. Alabama Jones is very serious.
You know, he was trying to be funny, which I get it. And, you know, my daughter Kristen loves him, so that's kind of soothed the soul a little bit that somebody in our family likes the guy.
I choose to believe. In front of Touchdown Jesus and everybody looking down. IU gets a massive win over Notre Dame. Shane, I'm sorry.
You're a real scumbag. I thought Coach Skenes coming out here was a real disgrace to the game. He left his players in the locker room to go get some camera time for himself. I know a legend like yourself would never do something like that. Would you?
No,
it's disgusting. I saw it. I thought, wow, what a sad, disgusting program. Notre Dame by a million. Go Irish.
Riley Leonard and the Irish from their own 2. Jeremiah Love breaks free. Jeremiah Love trying to go 98. Touchdown!
Might be fiction for a blowout here, fellas.
Couldn't wait to get to the wonderful state of OH! In the SEC, coming up to the Big Ten, when it's cold as hell, we shall settle the conversation here in beautiful Columbus. Coach, that hairline, you get a haircut every day?
Not every day. Not every day.
Big beard, big boot, Peters in tow, 500. Oh, this guy sucks. Holy hell, this guy's the worst we've ever seen. Just took out the Ohio State cheerleaders. $1 million here, JD level. Yep, this guy sucks at kicking, but we appreciate the hell out of you, Jamie.
Hey,
He has once wiped 100 times.
What? Wiped what?
Yeah, 100 times. There are actually people out there, psychos obviously, that like the non-frosted Pop-Tarts. Gary's mother, one of the best football players I've ever been around. Non-frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts.
I like non-frosted Pop-Tarts.
Now, I, at one point this year, was the mayor of Conktown.
You were the mayor?
Mayor of Conktown, yeah. They voted me in there, and this is my
How do you become the mayor of Conktown?
You just got to go around and say, listen, I heart cock. I heart cocks. Sorry, numerous. Whenever we found out that there was going to be a college football playoff game in Columbus, Ohio, we were all jacked up to see this Ohio State faithful be showcased to the entire world about how much they love football. Then we walked out here to this game day set this morning, and it was like, Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home. In that song, they say it's home. Home for me is the North, and the cold is going to be Dahn. Give me the Ohio State Buckeyes representing for the Big Ten.
How cool was Sean Perkins, the Ohio State football team, for allowing us to hang out in their facility pretty much all day Saturday? They had 5 TVs set up, a bunch of recliners. Roosters supplied some phenomenal food.
Arctic temperatures. AJ Hawkins on two moments. Various benefits out for these fucking influence. You check up on about first quarter, fourth quarter. It's all we want. It's all we. It is.
And Travion Henderson in the open field. Travion Henderson is scoring another touch for the Ohio State Buckeyes. The story of the game thus far as Chip Kelly is going mad dummy, bruh. All of Ohio is excited. They were singing long neck, ice cold beer never broke my heart. First read, second read, third read, scramble, ball on the ground. Check down. Would hate to be a Tennessee fan or a chair near Morgan Wallen because they have no hope right now. Will Howard. 101. Check. Jameis.
By and large, these games have absolutely stunk, Pat.
Peter Herbstreit raising an absolute hell.
A couple people up here with that smoky orange face paint on that are feeling like real assholes right now.
As we look to the exits, and the Volunteers fans are saying, get my ass back to the South. This one's over. Bounces it. Touchdown, Ohio State. Boys, that was wide ass open. He's got left hand. 500 drones. Ones that we know about. This game's over, but we're still bringing it.
Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
UP! Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this NFL Week 11 kickoff Thursday, November 13, 2025. Hour 3 of the program begins now.
Football!
He is magical. That's AJ Hawk right there. Wow, AJ.
Baby Hawk.
Hey, I got a little delay. I tried to start saying football a split second earlier. Am I on time or am I behind everybody?
I think this one was good. So whenever I'm at a place on Friday, I try to go right before everybody as well. I don't know how it sounds when I go.
Same thing. It comes through right on time.
Right on time. Okay, so it is like a little bit of a beat, though, AJ. It is hard to kind of guess, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because you don't know. You think you're right on time with everybody else, but you're like a second behind if you wait. So yeah, I just got to jump it a little bit.
Yeah, you got to feel it. I think you got to feel when you got to get in there. And I want to let you know, I think you did a great job.
Yeah,
right
boy, Hawk.
Thank you.
Because I've been in your position on Fridays, and I know what you're going through. It is always like, and then if you miss it, it's like, missed it.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gone. Now it's an echo. Football.
A good thing that helps us with that too is watching you on the big board when we're all like about to say, like for Hawker, like you should see like when it's coming in, just where we're at as far as about to say it.
Anyways, on all the football updates, college football playoff committees, got a lot of them. Mack Rhodes, Baylor AD, who is the chair of the College Football Playoff Committee, steps down this morning amidst an investigation happening at Baylor. We don't know the exacts of all of it. Outkick reported an incident with a tight end and then a coach with the athletic director. He's also the chair, obviously, of the CFP committee. Your thoughts on this, AJ, as we've already had 2 CFP brackets released. They've already started to meet. He was the one that was the mouthpiece for the entire group that Reese Davis spoke to on those Tuesday night shows. They have a new chair. He's the Arkansas AD, Mr. Hunter Yurachek. He was already on the committee. They're promoting him to be the new chair. There's a subcommittee within the College Football Playoff Committee that'll vote on if he should be leading the entire committee. And I assume he will join that subcommittee that is the leadership committee of the College Football Playoff Committee, because we need another committee to be making decisions, even though we're in a room to make a fucking decision. On that note, we're appreciative of their process. We understand what they have going on. And then the AD, Mark Harlan from Utah, who has been in the CFP committee in the past, will join, or has been nominated, once again, subcommittee.
Yeah, got to go through the process.
Of the CFP committee has to vote on it for him. But he's been there before, and they're nominating him to join it back. He's a Big 12 AD. They lose a Big 12 AD in Baylor. Eye for an eye is what Heather Dinich said. AJ, I just said a lot there to kind of catch everybody up on what is happening. Your thoughts on this happening middle of season, late season here, with so much implications on the line?
Yeah, it is a bit unique, I guess, for the head of the whole situation to step down right now. All I know is what I've read from the Outkick stuff and what you guys have talked about. What a wild allegations, I guess, if true, whatever is going on with the whole situation on the sideline. But this shouldn't change. Like, the votes, the other people there, I would assume, aren't super swayed by Mr. Mac Rhodes, are they? Unless this guy was some, David Koresh type guy that can get people to really follow him. What are we supposed to? Like, it shouldn't change.
Good tie.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't even think that. I didn't even mean that. I didn't mean to do that, but it does work. It does work.
I don't know if he's a Davidian leader or not in the CFP committee room, or which committee potentially is the closer follower of his, but he is the mouthpiece of it. So I think there is obviously an expectation for him to at least have to hear every argument, if I had to guess, because he's going to be the one that's going to be speaking. So hiring from within the committee to be the new chair, I think, was the only really logical move. Bringing a guy that's already been in there back, is that good news or bad news in your eyes? And then how do you think BYU feels? Hold the phone here. We got Utah back in this thing? I thought we had him out. I thought we had him out of here.
I just wonder, is the new guy that steps in, are they going to still do the hats? Or was that a Mac Rhodes situation? Are we not going to hang on hats anymore?
They definitely should still hang the hat, but the new hat that comes in needs to be maybe...
Yeah,
that'd be a good touch.
A big splash hat, because that hat gone.
Yeah,
that hat was chair hat. That first hat. Yeah. So they have an open.
Antonio, okay.
They have an open arm on a hat rack. Is that him?
I think that's him.
Side profile might be.
That's a flashy outfit.
I was gonna say
compared to what everybody else is wearing.
He's got a lot of pizzazz.
That's Mark Antonio there.
He doesn't like the yellow. Allegedly, via an Outkick article, he did not like the yellow long sleeves, but he loves that shirt. Is that him? Can we go back to the beginning?
Oh man.
Is that him?
Looks like him side profile.
It's a football player on that in the back of that jacket. Let's see.
Yeah. What's up?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say
that might be him.
Guy's got moxie.
That shirt is so sick.
Hey, listen, whenever you're the one speaking for the group, you put your hat on the rack first and you dress like this, is what he said whenever they started meeting. And I can't blame him for that, but I think there's a lot of other stuff going on potentially in his life that people are certainly going to be looking into. And good luck out there, bub. And to the new people that are a part of the committee and in new positions there, good luck to you guys as well. I cannot wait to see how you do. Maybe a fresh voice in a room on the season's a good thing, AJ.
Yeah, of course it is. It's got to be a good thing. And the people that are being promoted from within, they know the process. They know how it works. You don't have to sit there and relearn and reteach them how the things go.
Why couldn't we nominate Tone Diggs to be a part?
Good question.
I mean, we could nominate him. Let's nominate him now. Who's stopping us from nominating?
We'd like to nominate AP Tone, who does not have an AP vote in college football, only in NFL football, but he is a two-time college football author. We'd like to nominate this man, AP Tone, for the open chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll nominate him for the chair of the entire thing. But if not that, a seat in the CFP committee. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Tony.
Who said that?
You can't accept the nomination and vote against yourself.
You know, what are you doing right now?
I solemnly swear to represent the CFP
What's
committee.
the left hand?
Left
hand
normally right hand I would put on, the college football ball or something like that.
I think that is
your
what they do.
college football Bible. Your Bible that you wrote. Tony,
Sure.
That's what they all put their hand on.
Oh shit.
I think that is what they do, though.
Right? I solemnly swear to
put your
represent.
heart, because it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, college football.
I solemnly swear to represent the CFP committee with the best of my ability. No biases, only stats, facts, and watching good old all 22 tape to come up with the best 12 teams we could possibly come up with.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work, but that was a good pitch.
That was a good pitch.
I'd also like to nominate Nick Saban. Just because everybody's nominating him for all these jobs.
Step below tone.
That's our second.
Yep.
That's our second nomination.
Thank you.
I would also like Desmond Howard in there, just because I think he would mix it up. Just looking at the hats, looking at the hats and the thing.
Okay.
It would be great to get Des in there. I would love for Desmond Howard to be in that room. If not Des, obviously Reese, who does the interview. I think he'd be good representation. And basically anybody on the show that I'm a part of, but me. Okay, I think it's probably good people to put in there. Mostly because would you want to be there? No way. And now these two names are like the loudest, the two new spots.
Well,
hey, Hunter Yurachek out of Arkansas, he's taking over. This is the guy. Okay, and then Mark Harlan out of Utah, he's in there too. Do we know who? No. So whenever you get it wrong, the only three people you're going to associate, guy out of Utah.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't know if it's the best thing to be a part of. Just my experience with college football. You're going to piss off so many people, and they're very passionate. And I don't know if you're ever going to get it right, AJ. I don't know if you're ever.
If you're a retired coach, I can see it. Like I saw my old DC, Mark D'Antonio. He's on the committee. For him, he's retired from football. He still follows ball. I would imagine he keeps him involved. It's probably good for someone like that.
Yeah, I bet. But you're going to get the backlash is immediate.
He doesn't care. Huge. He's not here. He doesn't hear it. He doesn't care. I would imagine that.
BA last week also said he was friends with a coach, I can't remember who it was, on the committee, and he was like, they make you watch more tape in these meetings than I have ever watched, even as a coach. So I was like, oh, that is great to hear.
Okay, so you're forced to watch this tape, basically.
Who runs it, too? Who runs the tape, too? You can't just put film on and just sit there and look at it.
Well, that's the thing. That's why Mac Rhodes got that shirt on.
Yeah.
The chair's up there in the front trying to steal everybody's, attention, make sure they're not sleeping, Okay, fourth quarter here. Ohio State Buckeyes, they're up 42, and then the projector hits off his shirt, and there's a glimmer, a shine that captivates everybody's eyes. He's the one doing the show. He's the one doing the show, which is why Hunter Yurachek, good luck in there.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And that's why they should split up those kind of responsibilities instead of having that guy run the tape and be the chair. I do think that's where bringing in the other guy to walk him through the tape to just at least show him what we're looking for. He doesn't have to be on the committee, but at least he's maybe teacher of the tape.
Here's some other stuff that we need to be looking at. And then he's highlighting things from another game. Let's go to another situation. Those types of things.
Yeah, exactly. Premier player.
So then we know at least what they're watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
And individual time with Stanford Steve needs to be had too, so make sure he's reaching them.
A couple cocktails before they go in, maybe, just because you can't go in like a stiff either. You got and you got the other guys saying, we were there in Pasadena, getting ready to go out to dinner. Bar's about to close. About 10 minutes, we're about to go out to dinner. We're gonna meet you down there, Steve. I got it. Don't worry about it. We came down. He had 38 Jack and Cokes.
Oh, yeah.
He's just waiting for us.
There you go, boys.
Hey, how you doing, guys? I got a couple drinks for you here.
Great guy.
Spilled all over himself. Was being
the greatest.
Exactly. We need a guy like that just kind of rubbing off on these people because, at the end of the day, we need to find the 12 best teams, and who better to do that than Steve?
Starting with 12.
Count down to 1.
Who's it going to be? They decide. They choose. Good luck in there.
Go get him.
I appreciate them taking their hats off going in there.
This is a good game.
Respectful.
Because you could lower that hat and not watch the film. You're sleeping.
True.
It's like a high school game.
Can't have that.
Take the hats off. We want to see your eyes and your eyelids. Let's make sure that's happening. We're going to force you guys 6 hours here. Film. Make sure we're seeing it. Is that what you're saying? They're saying like 6 hours of film?
I don't know. We'd have to ask BA next time he's in here, but I was just looking at those people. They probably need a nap. Too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How do you that's immediate sleepy time. That's why you need Stanford Steve.
Some warm milk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the Ovaltine that's flowing through that room while the lights are out, maybe some film
Ovaltine's
happening.
good.
Yes, absolutely.
The spam for lunch, breakthrough halfway.
Oh, man.
Come on now.
Nice meal.
Do they got checkers in there?
Oh.
Without a doubt.
Every day is checkers.
Cribbage.
They need Stanford Steve, maybe.
Yeah, I think they put a shuffleboard in there.
Werther's
actually,
Originals.
Bocce ball, yeah.
Never see him fit in there well. Doesn't need a vote, though, because he already takes enough heat with his picks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I'm taking him to the tape.
Hey, 2-1 this last weekend, I think.
Come on now, Steve.
Baby Steve.
He's going to get them all right this week. All right, let's make our picks, dude. Let's do this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I tell you what, Big Mike I thought he wasn't going to take the point. I thought there was a lot of points, and he actually is sticking with. I think Conman definitely bullied him into this, and he felt like Big Mike is a team guy, and he thinks he said, "I'm a team member. I'm part of the squad. Here we go. I'll take the Patriots." But yeah, I'm trying to figure mine out.
This is the first primetime game in New England in over 2 years.
Exactly my point. This is that I said earlier, this is a hello, we're back from all of New England. You can certainly see it playing out that way, especially with how good their fans are. It's not like it's a brand new fan base trying to figure out what a good team is. It's like they're a smart fan base. That is a smart fan base. They know when to be loud. They know what to say. They know who to target. I mean, that's a great atmosphere for a lot of different reasons. And then Vrabel and Drake, I think it's a big for them too.
Yeah.
Like, hey, here we go. Lights are on. This is our house. It's not the old dynasty's house. I think they can prove a lot. And on that note, it's been real loud. Like Kirk Herbstreit last Thursday comes on the show and goes, shh, don't tell anybody. Keep this quiet. Iowa's going to beat Oregon in Iowa. And it's like, Kirk, I think a lot of us were thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not a lot of us. I don't think a lot of people nationally.
No, right.
A lot of people in the Thunderdome.
Yeah. Sure.
Strictly because we were forced to watch the Iowa Hawkeyes team because of Ty Schmidt. Mm-hmm. A lot of people in this Thunderdome were thinking the same thing. And I guess we should have reached out to him. And we should have told him, hey, yeah, there he is. we should have reached out to him. And we should have told him, hey, we're not saying shit about this. Like this, we purposely did not even. I mean, we were just staying completely clear of it. There's no reason, especially with the type of coach that Dan Lanning is. Like Dan Lanning definitely feeds off of that shit. I mean, it is one of those things. So if we think Iowa does have a chance, there is no reason. There's no reason to just go ahead and wake up Oregon, basically. Now, the Iowa fans, it wasn't like they just woke up and they killed us, but I thought Kirk made it way too loud. I agree. I think it got way too loud, and he almost predicted the damn game. I mean, Kirk knows ball, obviously, and we thought we were on the same page as him with Iowa potentially upsetting Oregon, but it got too loud. Football gods maybe go, I don't think that's how that goes. If it's going to be a massive upset, it can't be something that the whole world's talking about for multiple days beforehand. And now I'm starting to wonder if that's what's going to happen here tonight with this Jets team. Like, there's no way anybody, 70% of the YouTube poll said Patriots minus 12.5. Okay, that was with 15,000 votes, allegedly. Who knows, I'm getting a lot of tweets that look very similar. I'm getting a lot of tweets that look very similar, and they're very mean. And I'm like, wow, this many people are saying the same thing. This could be a fake. Those could be bots saying it. But then you read it again, you're like, kind of true, though, what they're saying. These bots are getting good. So who knows how many actual humans are in this particular poll? We assume YouTube and Google's algo is good at defense of those types of things, so we can say it's pretty accurate. 15,000 actual humans voted on this thing, but 70% of them are on the Patriots. And I've literally, for the 2 hours at the start of the show, just sang the praises of the Patriots. And it's like,
you also listened to me for 4 hours before the show.
Am I a part of the problem? Am I a part of the problem here? Did I completely flip it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. AJ, who'd you officially take?
I haven't officially taken anyone, but I almost flipped back to the Jets, but I am taking the Patriots. Here we go.
I don't know if I just want to give one up to AJ here because
Garrett Wilson's hurt. I know. I don't love that for the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets do one thing well, and that just so happens to be the best thing on the Patriots team, and they're very
fuck it. Fuck it. The Patriots are dominating tonight. We all are just in agreement that the Patriots are dominating tonight. There's a chance that this Jets team could have found some things in the last 2 weeks that they put up a fight and they're within 2 scores. I assume Aaron Glenn is hearing all this saying this is very disrespectful of our football team.
No doubt.
They think we're just going to get blown out at here. He can pull from a lot of things, which almost makes me want to do the Jets plus 12.5 thing. But I can't because what I've seen from this Patriots, actually watching them with Patriots fans, they are so good, so good. And last week, maybe Drake starts out a little bit slow. He figures it out. And Josh McDaniels figures it out. It's like they are very talented, and then the defense is outrageous. So, man, it's first primetime home game for these boys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gronk.
Yeah. Gronk's keeper of the light.
Like there's so many things working in our favor where I am also in your shoes where it's like,
wait a minute.
Wait, is it too much? And then it's not.
No, stop thinking.
Yeah, it's not one of those teams. It's a Vrabel team. Like it is a different situation. Yeah, very humble team. Very, hey, we're just going to work every day. Like if the messaging was different out of the building itself, like even social media stuff on like individuals and things of that nature, then maybe okay, they're taking their eye off the ball. But I think it's more so like, hey, if we dominate tonight, what's on the horizon is a 4-day weekend. We have we're on the road next week, but again, 4-day weekend, and then you're back in the building. So this will be the first break in 11 weeks that they've really had. If they just kind of get the job done, take care of business, and beat the fuck out of them.
Well, they're already on vacation.
Uh-oh.
I don't think so. Give me the Patriots. minus 12.5. You as well. We're all on this, I think. Hammer.
Dahn.
How are you guys viewing this? Are you guys betting game? 12.5 too many points? How are you viewing it?
I think it's a dead nuts under.
Okay. That's Tone's best pick.
4-2-0.
Fresh out of Hammer.
Dahn.
Let's go to the other cowboy that rides in and says, you know what? I'll bet on everything. What do you mean everything? You heard me. All of it.
Cricket.
You sure? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 2, actually. They got a good squad over there. India, they got a good team.
Split 2.5 wickets last week.
International play, lad. And they're taking on a team that is just a group of Muppets from Beirut. That's what Gumpy will say. Gumpy, what do you like in this game? Are you 12.5 too many points? Are you staying away from that?
I like the under as well, and the touchdown parlay of the quarterbacks is absolutely in play tonight. I imagine Drake May scores the first touchdown tonight as well.
Ooh.
He gets loose.
Yeah,
so Gumpy just made 4 bets in his head.
Also, if we're just talking about random sports, I like WVU minus 5.5ers, Pitt, and college basketball tonight. How about that?
Okay. Any other sports we want to venture into? Is Crooks playing tonight? I'd like to bet on her over. Is that possible? College sports parlay should not be happening. Crooks seemingly. We like support. We like support. Their team will win the game. I don't like the props on the college games.
Can't have it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think it's not great. It's ripe. It's too ripe for a bad situation.
It's already happened multiple times, too.
Got to play defense here.
Yeah.
We got to play defense of some sort, you know. But you're taking away something that's really, okay, well, we would like it to survive forever, though. Like, we would like this to continue to survive, so we're going to have to adapt. I think the college one's very scary.
Yeah.
Not that the professional... She's unbelievable, AJ. Have you seen this? Have you been watching this or following along with this story?
Oh, yeah. She started popping up in my algorithm, and then watching these highlights, like, she's killing it.
Yeah,
her little sweet little turnaround step back she hits, obviously, in the paint. Like, good luck stopping her.
Yeah, you said she started popping into your algorithm. Me too. I appreciate it too. Did you see
Hannah Hidalgo?
Did you see this? Yes, dude. Women's college hoops is outrageous right now. She broke a record, most points in Notre Dame school history, which obviously there's been a lot of greats. Most steals in the history of college basketball, both men's and women's in a game. Yeah, just absolutely insanity on the court by Hannah Hidalgo, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, 16 steals. That's like a season worth of steals for a lot of people, I feel like, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It really is.
And she also, she beat the Zips 12-0, I think, in the second quarter. I think she won 12-0 over the Zips. Just her 12, them nothing. Nobody else scored.
Man. Where did I see it? I saw it on like Good Morning America, one of those morning shows. They highlighted her, Hannah Hidalgo, and they talked about her being like one of the next big superstars in college basketball.
Well, then there's a Caitlin Clark up there in Fairfield playing for the Stags, I guess, Connor said.
Yeah, Megan Anderson, she's averaging 33 a game. For shoots, the women's Stags team has been good for a little bit here, so now their recruiting classes have gotten much better, and Megan Anderson, she's a junior now. Like, genuinely, there's a chance the Stags here going around. I mean, they were the, 11 seed in the tournament last year. It's not like they've been bad.
And, Gumpy, let's go to men's college basketball. West Virginia tonight over Pitt. We got a good team. Hey, we brought that coach in who's really good at coaching that stuff.
Yeah, both teams are 3-0. They both looked really good, actually.
Yeah, and the coach for West Virginia, that guy can coach the hell out of a basketball game. I love that coach, Gumpy.
Yeah, I wish I knew his name, too.
Yeah, some bitch from North Texas.
Yeah, Ross Hodge.
Yeah. Coach
Of course.
Yeah, listen, you said two as if I didn't know his name. I know this man. I met him. I met this man. I respect this man. He's got a damn good fucking basketball team, this man. And I like the way he builds. I guess we play great defense. I guess it is a very difficult thing.
That's Rosh College football.
To
basketball.
score against us. I think if I'm remembering accurately, whenever we hired him, I guess it's a ground and pound basketball team here. I mean, and going to be good quickly is what I've been told. And on that note, Coach Hodge is going to do that for us.
He's been damn good. And West Virginia's former head coach, Darren DeVries, I've been watching Indiana. They look to be pretty good this year.
Oh, yeah? Is his boy playing?
Yeah, his boy's been lighting up the bucket.
Yeah, I'm sure
his
he
boy's
has.
a good fucking basketball player.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
We saw that at West Virginia for 4 games or whatever it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
He's a great player.
He is. Indiana has looked very good early. They beat Marquette this weekend.
Damn.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah, and West Virginia's really happy that we could have him for a year for you guys or for Indiana to get ready and hire him and his boy, which we thought was potentially going to lead us to a Final Four. But now we got Coach Hodge, and
he's got fucking tough team this year.
That's right.
Tough son of a bitch.
They'll chew glass on the wood. They'll chew wood on glass.
They don't care.
That's what the team does. They kick ass. Okay, AJ, that's West Virginia football or basketball.
Where's Bob Huggins? Bring Huggy Bear back.
To where?
I don't know. Anywhere. We need him coaching in the NCAA tournament come March.
I don't. All right.
Yeah, maybe.
Well said.
I don't know. He had a hell of a run. There was a lot that happened, but obviously, West Virginia.
Teams played hard. His teams played hard. We know that.
West Virginia, Cincinnati, obviously, a lot of great wins. A lot of things happened there towards the end, but Mountaineers, thank him for his time, as do University of Cincinnati, I would assume. If this ball falls here, Gumpy's hitting all 4 of his betsies.
Boom. Boom.
Nice. Okay. All right.
It's for you, Gumps. Oh, shit, Gumpy, I'm sorry.
No, no.
Hold on. Put his ball.
Run it back.
No, we went into the abyss.
Do one for Tonga. Let's see if Chris Tonga gets in the paint tonight. Can you shoot one for him?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, D lineman.
Oh, yeah.
Big fullback.
I love Big Oos and how
Big
they
Oos,
use them.
uh-huh.
Yeah, make throwing a ball.
Yeah, exactly. Vrabel has 2 touchdowns against the Jets in his career.
Oh, no.
Same mess, yeah.
Maybe next week, Tonga.
No, for Tonga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boom!
Ooh. Oh, good.
That's probably plus 3,500.
Just had to shoot it,
That just means he's scoring the second touchdown of the game.
Ooh.
Okay, so now here's
Yeah,
another bet.
boom. Like
See,
that.
what we're talking about here is like 6, 7 different bets that can eventually hit, and the universe just told us they should. Got a new game out here. I don't know if you saw it. Somebody sent it in. It's just a little round thing that's sitting at the free throw line. Pretty good little game.
Oh, there's 2.
Yeah, so
What do you do?
I think you set it up like cornhole. I think it is set up like cornhole. Okay, so you got little hacky sacks, 4 per team, and they toss it, and if it lands on top of the board, it's 1 point. If it goes in the hole, it's 3 points, much like cornhole or any of the other games that are kind of similar to this, horseshoes or whatever. But if it falls off, you get a kick because it's a hacky sack.
You can hack it.
So I think you're trying to throw it to make it in the hole, and then you're just trying to play a little defense with the feet. We put a couple, I don't want to say mileage on these things yesterday, but it feels like this is a good idea for a game.
Great game.
It feels like this is a very good idea for a game. We were playing it pretty good yesterday, and it just got sent to the office. Whoever created this, I think good idea. I think you got a good idea here, AJ.
Good hacker.
So you have, is it 2 on 2 like cornhole, or you play teams?
Same. Opposite ends.
So if it's falling off they throw a hacky sack, it falls off the board, you can kick it where? Into the hole?
Try to make it in the hole or put it on top of the board.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it's a good game. And then also, if you accidentally overthrow, also can be an alley-oop if you want.
Nice.
The only bad shot is short. Because that's tough.
Don't leave it short.
That's tough to get to. Short is tough to get to because you got to operate the entire thing. But that thing's rolling off. You can even do like a little scoopy to roll it back on. Yeah, I started to get the hang of it a little bit. It's a good game. I think it's a good game. Hacky sack, not the easiest to toss. It's a weird size and weight. It's a weird size.
Yeah, you probably, because you want to, like how you hold a cornhole bag, like you want to, you throw a little spin to it. Yeah, that'd be hard with the hacky sack.
Yeah, so you're going, I think I want like this one here, but I think I saw some of this right here, little finger rolls.
I was doing forward underhand before the show today.
You're doing
long toss.
I didn't even think about that.
Tony very consistently pong tossing that thing close to the hole.
Oh, has the office found a game maybe that can get them to the title?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what you think it is, Foxy?
Exactly.
Is that what they think it is?
I prefer Uball over this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Just at first glance, I would agree.
We got to play it first.
I don't hate it.
Try.
I don't fucking like hacky sack.
Me neither. I was never a hacky sack.
And you said that, so I mean,
But
I guess
soccer. I played soccer.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I did.
yeah.
So it's like anything foot wise, because I mean, I guess it's not really that much juggling, but yeah, I mean,
You definitely have to have feet,
Right.
eye coordination.
which I mean, I'm not a fucking baby deer. I think I could do it, but just U-ball.
It's good sport.
It's good. It is.
It's a good sport.
Some athleticism.
Some athleticism over here, some would say.
This is how it goes in the office, though. We play a game, we burn it to the ground, and then, new game over here. We burn that one to the ground, and we just kind of go in a little cycle here.
Well, U-ball,
It is.
The thing about U-ball is I don't think it's been burned to the ground. It's just you and
No.
Pat are so fucking good that it's just at the point where, okay, who the fuck's going to win? Nobody except for Pat and Fox, which this game can easily turn into as well.
No, I'm terrible with my feet, so I'm trying to avoid this.
Foxy
hacky
was
sack.
bad. He almost kicked the thing. Like
Never
he almost
been good
blasted
with
That's good news.
Yeah, Come on, Fox. You need to start working. Okay?
We'll get better.
You need to start juggling. The World Cup's around the corner.
True.
I assume that game's not going to get played. It's a good game, though. We'd like to let whoever knows that it's a good game, but it's. I don't know. I think there's a chance it is.
The
was fun.
good thing with a game like this actually is you could, in theory, kind of cross it up here. So while U-ball game's going on, you could play it this way.
Oh,
That is a good point.
So it kind of
two
could,
at the same time.
so it could kind of be like the precursor to actual U-ball because you're still kind of shooting it, getting its balls still. So you could play it, vertically perpendicular to the stage while U-ball is going on this way.
Revel Rond is the name of the game. It's a fun new lawn game, I'd say, developed by indie-based Play Life Nation. Hell yeah, indie.
Oh, sick.
I didn't know that was the case. Essentially, you have 2 round playing boards on. Once again, we get things shipped here. We open them or don't open them. Just kind of like a hit or a miss. Open it could be cool. Let's go ahead and do that. Open it could be terrible. Let's act like we never saw that. Let's throw that thing away. And don't open it happens sometimes. Those things never get seen. So we are not saying you should send something here and that it will definitely get seen. But if you do send something here and we open it, there's a chance that it changes the course of the Thunderdome for at least a couple days.
No doubt.
At least a couple.
And those days get remembered for those people.
Yes,
Just
they
so I know.
do.
I mean, that's how U-ball originated because somebody sent us the U-ball thing that you put in the beach, and then we just put it in the corner, didn't use it for a while, and then we're like, all right, let's just start shooting on it, and then a game gets formed.
Yeah, it's a pretty good time. And it's great for Thunderdome morale.
Yeah.
Thunderdome morale. Some people get a little worked up, though. Like, D-Bone's been on quite a roller coaster with this U-ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I get it.
Remember, he was taking it serious early.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Has he ever gotten off the ground and legally tipped a ball?
Oh no, he's not gonna like that.
I've watched him actually do a couple reverse dunks against me before. That was the only time I saw. But like does he know you have to be in the air when you tip it though? I don't feel like he does.
I think you are talking about the most recent footage that was debuted by our U-ball insider Bruce Brown. Good if it goes off the golf cart. He's down.
Nope.
He's nowhere
Not
near
down.
up. That one's a close one. Foxy had a photo shot in New York, want to zoom in photo.
Yeah.
Bruce could have been up on that last one. You're supposed to be up on all 3 of those tips, but the effort was so immaculate that we had to really give them everything they had. Yeah, very down and then more down. And
that one's up. I'm flying right there, dude. Gotta dunk that thing.
You're right.
But this counted, by the way, and that's a U-ball difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good
Gentleman's
effort.
game.
That's good effort right there. That is good effort. It was 10-3 at that time, I think.
First golf cart point.
It was nowhere near elite.
Way to stay with it. Way to stay with the point.
That's right. Mental toughness. That's right. That's what they showed. And what's their name?
What is it? Bruce's Bone?
Yeah, I think it is. Brown Bone?
Brown Bone. There it is.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I think that's what the name is.
I don't know. Might be workshopping that one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Bone and Brown would kind of be better.
Oh, yeah. Just like Bone and Butts.
Yeah.
They were a good team. They left each other.
They did.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about the U-ball controversy behind the scenes. After this show ends, a lot happens. And there's been teams that have come together in great hope and separated in great despair. And Bone and Butts had a good run there early.
They did.
And I don't think I've seen them on a court together since. Have you?
No.
Has anybody got to the bottom of that?
No, well, Butch has a pretty powerful new team, actually.
What's that?
Tony.
Well, yeah, then AQ stole him the other day. So, like, I mean,
Free agency is crazy. It's like the transfer portal.
It really is like the transfer portal.
U-ball
there's
is
not a
like
lot
the
of honor in this office.
What?
Tony.
What?
Tony, you were throwing games, if you do recall.
Well, that was a Mickey Mouse game.
Whoa. Uball he's talking about.
That game should have never been played, should have never been tipped off.
It's all about you.
And that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be the solution.
You're right.
And that's Uball.
Oh,
All right.
boy, was that hot.
Let's get the hell out of here. Let's enjoy Week 11 of the NFL season kicking off this evening in the AFC East on Amazon Prime. I'll be live tomorrow from Acrisure Field as I head to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for College Game Day. Pitt hosting Notre Dame. We're outside Acrisure, I believe, Roberto Clemente Park, which is along the river. It's a great grassy area. It's supposed to be perfect weather. I think football is going to be celebrated in a huge way on Saturday, and I can't wait to get back and enjoy the hell out of it. College Game Day's atmospheres this year have been amazing.
Yeah, delivering.
Yeah.
Lubbock, Texas.
All time.
All time.
Nuts.
That's actual.
That was like JMU vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what you guys couldn't see, what you did on the drone shots was the other way.
The one time they showed it, it was like, holy shit, like how deep it was. It was.
We had a crowd watching us like it was like I think they had actual like seats and bleachers like kind of going back that way. So stage, obviously everybody sees this way. Back that way, there was a lot of people that were like kind of watching us. I'm like, do they always have these bleachers? Did they bring this in for this? It was like. It was awesome. And you've heard everybody talk about it. Herbie came out and talked about it. Stanford Steve talked about it. Obviously, I talked about it. It's like when you go to those places that, their team is great for first time, long time. It's like they want to enjoy and celebrate the shit out of that. And they want everybody to know that they're celebrating the shit out of that. It's like Pitt can still win the ACC. Notre Dame, if they lose, they're out of the college football playoff. This is like massive implications, and also 20 years it's been since College Game Day was at a Pitt game in Pittsburgh. So it should be, I think, football time. The celebrity guest picker, dog. Absolute dog.
Has that been announced yet?
No.
Kaboli?
No, it has not been. I will announce it is not Mark Kaboli.
Fuck!
I thought I saw a poster.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of things.
Yeah, the AI renderings of him eating a poop sandwich are uncalled for.
Hold on. We got some breaking news. We got some breaking news. The NFL sent a memo to team officials today saying that in light of recent gambling scandals in other sports, the league has worked with lawmakers, regulators, and sports betting partners in recent weeks to limit and, where possible, prohibit prop bets in the NFL. Okay, we're playing defense in real time here. The amount of people that have to okay that. Lawmakers take forever. Regulators take forever. Sports betting partners can probably be a little bit more nimble, but normally it takes them forever because the regulators and the lawmakers take forever. So the fact that they're playing defense in real time on all three sides of this thing, I love. I want to let everybody know that. And I think Adam Silver, whenever he was on the show a couple weeks back, he said that we're definitely talking to our sports partners about like less meaningful props even being an option. Like, why are these things even here? 1.5 over under. It feels like it's too riggable. Let's play defense against this in the future. I love that the NFL has been able to accomplish this, and shout out to the regulators and lawmakers that it feels like they get paid by the day, and everything seemingly in their world takes forever. So them in real time trying to make sure everything can continue to go that we all would like and see is really good news, I think.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that on just with everything going on, seeing some of those bets. It's like I do love betting on, player to catch a pass on this drive or player to have X amount of yards on this drive, but those are some of the bets that are just like completely unnecessary. You truly don't need them. They do damn near just set you up to get you back in there on the app, but there's plenty of those, and those are like the common ones. There's a bunch of other, more uncommon ones that they're just pointless. You really don't need them.
Yeah, I like they're playing defense, AJ. Like when Adam Silver said, I'm talking to the sports books partners to see if we can get rid of things. I'm like, I like that you guys are trying. You know what I mean, AJ?
Yeah. I mean, you have to. Like, this is the one thing that could really, truly hurt the NFL, NBA, any, these franchise. Yeah, we have to believe, we have to know that they're legit and it's real and they're not sitting there manipulating games and things like that. That is what's another threat to the NFL than this? Than if they feel like, hey, we actually have players throwing games.
Here's some more details. Inherently objectionable markets or bets that are inherently or designed to be derogatory or inflammatory or otherwise based on subject matter against public policy, player injuries, fan safety, misconduct, officiating related markets or bets bets based on officials or officiating, assignments, penalties, replays. Okay, I don't think any of these are on any of the actual sports books. These are all offshore accounts. Determinable by one person in one play, based on outcomes 100% determinable by one person in one play. Example, kicker to miss field goal attempt, quarterback's first pass to be incomplete, etc. These are what we're speaking of. This, I don't know why they even put those first two. Those are for offshore accounts. Offshore accounts aren't going to listen. Go ahead, Bruce, do you have an update on that?
They could be potentially trying to get ahead of the sort of prediction market stuff as well.
Oh, the poly market now getting into this where it's yes, no, basically type stock investment.
And for Super Bowl stuff, you can bet on like how many penalties there will be.
Yeah.
Stuff like
And that's controllable by one person or one group of people, I guess. So like that's an interesting thing. Predetermined outcomes directly related to on-field competition. Example, will quarterback start this week? Will team's first play from scrimmage be a run or pass? This does feel like the prediction markets kind of getting ahead of it on what's possible on those versus what's possible in sports books, because the prediction market world is obviously going to be the brand new thing here over the next 3 years, I think, 2-3 years. It's awesome from what we have seen. There's certainly some downfalls. But like just being able to kind of try to predict something, and it's viewed as a stock as opposed to a bet. So like you get in when nobody else thinks something's going to happen, yes, no wise, and then you can pay, you cash out. You don't even have to, like when everybody else starts feeling your way. So you can like ride how you think like the public's going to feel. It's a very interesting. You're talking about everything, reality TV shows, all this type of shit. So it's a fascinating new world that's about to come that I think a lot of people are going to be interested in, personally, just strictly because whenever I was shown it, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah. This is sweet. And it's not a lot. You don't need to be betting. Like, it's like fun. It's like, you just kind of, if you're it's like, let's do this. So them getting ahead of that's very smart.
Yeah.
That's a very smart, because everybody's going to be doing it, I think.
Without a doubt. And like you said, I mean, like we'll see what this evolves into, but like something needed to be done right now, too. They couldn't really afford to, because the NFL's, I mean, outside of a couple of guys last year, like coming off what happened in the NBA and everything, like something needed to be done immediately.
Yeah, hopefully all the leagues are doing this. Speaking of all the leagues, Cy Young winner, Paul Skenes.
Hey, Paul.
Good work, Paul.
Proud of you, Paul. Hey, he was happy. See that?
He was huge reaction. I know. I saw.
Okay, he won Rookie of the Year. No reaction. Wins his first Cy Young. Here's Rookie of the Year. You did it. Yep, I did. Thank you so much, Livy.
Awesome.
Livy's been here, obviously, alongside of me this entire time. Literally, they chatted with us during that first run. Hey, what are you guys' hobbies? We just kind of nap and do baseball. Yeah, we just kind of nap and do baseball, man. This guy's fully committed. And then he wins Cy Young last night, and big smile. Yes, double fist. Yeah. Hugs, Livy. Thank you. Love you. Thank you. Mom, hell yeah. We did it. We're happy. Everybody's clapping. Look, everybody's clapping. We're happy. Okay, we did it. And on that note, that's what Paul Skenes loves. Paul Skenes wants all the cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants all the lights on him. He wants the microphone literally as loud as it can coming out of his mouth. That's all he cares about. And it's amazing that he's able to win a Cy Young when all he cares about is all the glitz and glamour that come alongside being the best pitcher in fucking baseball. This guy is outrageous. They've called it since he was at LSU. I assume the LSU people would say, actually, we called it since the Air Force whenever we saw him. Very newer pitcher. He wasn't pitching his entire life. He was a catcher. So he actually has a relatively young arm in the grand scheme of the conversation of pitchers because of the reps that he missed whenever he was younger, where all these other guys have been pitching since they're little kids, basically. So he's only getting better and better, seemingly. And the way he's talking about the Pittsburgh Pirates, fucking nobody talks about the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah.
Ty, what are your thoughts on him winning Cy Young? And was this obvious, I guess, in your guys' world?
I mean,
what is the Cy Young?
He was the best pitcher in your respective league, and he was a unanimous winner. So, yeah, I mean, like his stats, or I guess I shouldn't say his stats. His stats were unbelievable. Shitload of strikeouts, very low ERA. But kind of the thing we talked about all year with him is, usually the guy who wins the Cy Young is winning 20 to 25 games. And he went 8-9, right? 10-10. So, I mean, he just, Connor's got the stats right here. I mean, he first guy since 1918 to post a sub-2 ERA with a non-winning record, which is kind of what, if you're a Pirates fan, it makes you sick to your stomach because this guy just had one of the best seasons in 100 years, and they didn't come anywhere close to making the playoffs. And that's the big thing with him too, is coming off LSU. It's like you want to see, because his stuff is unbelievable. You want to see this guy pitching in the playoffs and in the biggest moments. So hopefully they can do a little bit more to help him, because it's very rare you got a guy. I mean, obviously anything can happen, but every time he pitches, it's like you feel like he's going to strike out 10 guys and not give up any runs, and you're going to win the game.
Yeah, he'll have a bad inning against a team, and that entire team's fan base will talk shit. That is who Paul Skenes is. He has a bad game. Everybody is seizing the opportunity to say, hi, because every other game.
Far and few between.
Since he got here.
Yes.
It's just been dominant. In the Pittsburgh Pirates, let's go to one of their biggest fans, AP Tone. Are they going to invest maybe in some wood, get this guy to the playoffs? Because, goddamn, it'd be nice to see this guy in a big game. And PNC Park in a big game atmosphere would be electrifying.
It's the best. I was there in 2014. The wild card, it was awesome. No, they won't. I mean.
No, but they're going to get a haul from the Boston Red Sox. And that's the coolest part about it, too, is that the other Cy Young, Tarek Skubal from Detroit, he's also rumored to be going to Boston. So at least in the end, it is awesome news that both of the best pitchers in baseball will be rewarded with massive contracts in a real baseball town.
And for the Boston Red Sox.
Look, I'm just
Who's rumoring these things? You?
No, Buster Olney was the one rumoring Tarek Skubal. And with Paul Skenes, that is based solely on the fact that he knows Fenway Park's the greatest baseball stadium in America, and he looked at the whole entire. I mean, the when he actually went and pitched against the Boston Red Sox,
he walked around, looked at the Green Giant, comments that he wants to be there.
So you didn't hear the audio from that? He was like, "Boy, look at this shithole."
What? I didn't hear that. Shit.
Yeah, is that what he said? Did he say, "Wow, they really talk about this in such high regard"?
Yeah, right.
Is that what he was saying?
Yeah, and he was like, "Look at this piece of shit."
Gumpy actually rented an apartment on top of that thing for 3-4 days straight there this past season.
We're putting Skeno right next to him because Skenes just walking around. He's not. Maybe he said that, but he also said like, "Well, it doesn't smell like poop like Pittsburgh."
Whoa!
And dead bodies and wow, this is incredible. And look, I'm just telling you what's being talked about in baseball right now.
Yeah, I bet they are talking about that. Paul Skenes said, "I'm ready to be the guy that turns around the Pirates," and we love him for
Maybe Scoop will come to Buccos.
Maybe we do pay Scoop because the Tigers were $100 million off.
They hate him.
No, they need to bone up and go pay the polar bear. Hey,
Alonso?
Give Pete Alonso $250 million over the next 5 years and let this guy hit fucking 50 homers next year, okay? That's what they need to do.
Okay, is DH happen for the Pirates?
Both leagues, yeah. But listen.
You need a polar bear to DHing?
Off the top of my head, I don't know who was playing.
Schwarbo's available too. We get
Schwarbo you get both.
Yep.
And you have and here's the thing.
Hold on, we got Schwarbo and a polar bear and Paul Skenes.
You're gonna have to spend about $500 million this offseason.
At least,
yes, you could go get both those guys right now.
He doesn't have Seven Springs anymore to go get $500 million.
But he sold it for 125, so we get one of those guys.
Guess where those two are rumored to be going?
Yep.
Where's that?
Schwarber wants to come home. He was already with the Red Sox. He wants to come home. And Polar Bear, I guess, said, "I'm shipping up to Boston, bitch."
Did he? I didn't hear him say that.
Unfortunately, I saw a report yesterday that Skenes was telling everybody he wants to go to the Yankees, so that's tough.
Well, who's Skenes saying that to? He's just hanging out, walking around.
The report said, that's exactly what he was in the locker room saying.
A couple teammates have heard Skenes.
Definitely
what Paul Skenes is doing. The Yankees.
Walk around the clubhouse. I play for the Yankees.
Yeah,
which Paul Skenes.
I won't entertain that yet. I won't dive into it. But I saw it and I just said, yeah, it makes sense. We're right on track here. Yep, just a couple more years. Hey, we had to do the same thing with Garrett Cole.
If he was a New York Yankee.
Best pitching staff in the history.
Yeah,
of baseball,
I can't. Which is why I can't even entertain it. Yeah, we're 2 years ahead of schedule right now. We just got to bide our time. Just wait.
He's going to win another Cy Young or two.
Exactly, and then boom! I can't wait to fucking see him hold up that Yankees jersey at the press conference.
$800 million.
Yeah, again, that's we're talking 2-3 years from now, but it's going to be special.
There was some positive reporting today about the Pirates. Mark Feinsand reported that there is a team that might be a surprise spender this offseason, and it was the Pirates that he was talking about.
Wow, Pirates general manager Ben Cherington.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, it's all right. Ben Cherington made it clear this week that he has no plans to trade newly crowned Cy Young Award winner Paul Skenes this offseason. In fact,
this offseason,
Pittsburgh's looking to take things in the other direction. According to sources, the Pirates plan to be spenders on the free agent market, something they haven't done ever. The left side of the infield and the corner outfield spots seem like the most obvious places for the Pirates to target. Though the club hasn't signed a free agent hitter to a multi-year deal since 2015 when they gave John Jasso a 2-year, $8 million contract. Wow.
Very good.
Hey, John Jasso was actually a decent ball player.
That was the playoff
He
year.
was, yeah.
2 years, $8 million.
He's a good utility guy.
30 to 40 million projected in payroll for 2026.
How much are you guys paying?
So
the
they
guy?
just
Why do they say they're surprise spenders if they're going to spend $30 million?
Because they're not going negative, I think, is the surprise.
So that they're spending it all is the surprise,
Yes,
not
yes.
that they're going to be like a surprise contender for anybody worth a fuck. Okay. We just
Well,
got to clarify something.
Hey, what did I tell you yesterday? 2 days ago.
A lot of things, Dahn.
You can't take anything that man says behind the glass when it's related to baseball and the Yankees seriously at all.
Yeah, you're right. He's super biased with the information that he provides and when he provides it.
I was talking about the Pirates.
Yeah,
I
but
wasn't talking about
we know
the-
what you were doing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
you
put
were
that
shilling
up-
for the organization. and nutting.
You wanted us to read that so it would say they're going to spend $8 million over the next 2 years. That was a long play by you to say how much the Yankees pay their highest paid guy a year.
Oh, what Judge is making?
40, 50?
Yeah, close. Yeah, somewhere around there.
$50 million a year, one player. Now he's superhuman.
Yeah, we got a couple guys that are making.
how much
Up
Cole?
there.
How much does Garrett Cole make?
I think he's like 34, 35 maybe.
Okay, it's $35 million. It's $50 million. It's $85 million every year. Is there
Stanton, I mean, how much do I wonder?
Oh, yeah,
how much
like
Stanton's
30,
making.
40?
Yeah, Mike. John, the artist formerly known as Mike Stanton.
He's 40?
I don't know if he's that much, but he's making a lot. He's making a lot.
He's making 30. The Pittsburgh Pirates' expected payroll is to be what?
It was 90 last year.
So you got
30 to 40 in
they're going to pay
in
50.
off-season
They're gonna-
spending.
Yeah, an off-season spend.
Oh.
They're not the last, by the way.
So they're going to be like 100 and something.
Just
be over
I just want
100.
everybody know that they're not last. They're not even second to last.
What are we?
Or third last. Probably third or fourth.
Who's the last?
The A's spend less.
And their fans were protesting them even existing, right? What,
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah,
They don't really have a
they're going to
home.
Vegas.
Yeah, and they're leaving town.
Rockies and White Sox,
the
right? You guys might not
Rockies,
even be third.
Yeah,
to last.
thank you.
Might be fourth to last.
All right. Fucking, they got Cy Youngs.
Last is the Washington Nationals, followed by the Miami Marlins, Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Guardians, and then the Pittsburgh Pirates. So
Guardians somehow get in there.
yeah, they
Coach
do
won
somehow.
Manager of the Year back-to-back seasons.
Hey, your team doesn't pay shit to anybody, and you guys win. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give you an award. Can't give it to Roberts. He won the thing back-to-back years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's going to do it again.
good chance. They're saying.
they got a bunch of salary
I don't know
freeing
about
up,
that.
and it's none of their players that contributed.
Red Sox get Scuba. Look out.
There you go.
Unless the Pirates. Paul Skenes, we got Cy Young Award winner.
10 games a year.
Jared Jones, Bubba Chandler coming back. Oh, boy, watch out, boys.
Hundo boys, all the way back.
3 of them.
They all got hurt?
One of them did.
Okay. Might be a little bit too much on the Hundo boys' arms. We're electrifying for your team and our team. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life. We're in this thing together. See you guys tomorrow. I'll be in Acrisure.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Down, sure.
It's going to be hard not to call this place Heinz all the
You
time.
should. Just do it.
It's fucking Heinz Field right here. They said they weren't going to get rid of the ketchup bottle. They fucking did. Kind of like we said it would.
Like Joe.
Put that thing back.
No. Remember, there was a whole song and dance. I don't think it's back up there. Remember, they were walking it down the street and taking it in the car.
Yeah, they were fucking.
They're like, it's actually staying. They're going to put it back in. And Acrisure was like, who said that? We paid for the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You're just going to put the ex. You're going to put your ex-girlfriend up here.
There's an Acrisure location right next to my house. I egg it every time I go by.
They invest a lot of money in the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, well, I don't care.
Who do you think's buying food for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I believe it's a Michigan-based company, so
is.
basically Michigan owns the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's crazy because Fenway owns the
The owner of
Pittsburgh
the shirt's
Penguins.
from Pittsburgh. So.
That's cool.
Does Fenway still own the Penguins?
I don't know. It's the worst ownership group of all time.
Even though the Pens are in first.
They just tried to by a Spanish soccer team, but they backed out at the very end.
Yeah, it's because they need to get a player for the Penguins.
Yeah. And they saw what J.J. Watt was doing. They're like, why the fuck would we do that?
Yeah, especially with Espanol in the morning. We drink coffee.
And
then we play the soccer. And we win everyone. Espanol. Another goal for Espanol. Do they suck or are they still good?
They lost to Villarreal 2-0. International break right now. Burnley,
okay. International break.
Yeah. Burnley also lost 3-2 to West Ham, who they can't lose to. So
can't lose the
they're getting close to the relegation zone once again.
Wait, what?
It's
Burnley's
creeping.
going back down?
No, they're not there right now, but West Ham was right below them, so it was a game they really couldn't lose, and they lost.
I thought they were top of the table.
I thought Champions League we're thinking.
For Espanol, Burnley not so much.
Wednesday night soccer for J.J. Watt would be awesome.
Oh, they're good.
They're very close. What is it? The bottom three are gone, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. So West Ham beat them last game 3-2. So
we're in the relegation zone.
They're treading water.
How many games left?
27.
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ. What are we talking
Okay,
about?
friends tell the friends
Season
something
just
nice that might
started.
change their life. We're just sitting together. Have a good one tonight. We're all on the New England Patriots minus 12.5. We love you. Thank you all so much for allowing us to do this for a living. And, hey, we're just trying to do it right.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I think we're doing okay.
All right, not you're right.
Not everything that is said in the microphones necessarily reflects the opinions of the peers. Team on me, team on three. 1, 2, 3, team.
Team.
Goodbye.